What? And I'm going to give you one opportunity because we're friends.
Winner! Who gives a shit about where the ball's been?
Yeah, F him. They went from loving this guy, best move ever, to hating him.
I think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world.
I love it because it tells you how the game was played.
There's nowhere for him to go. I think there's one place.
You can't do that in the national team.
Those things that are absolutely insane.
Successful and sexy? No. It wasn't aggravating at times? Yes.
Sorry,
that's not very fair.
It's not about being fair.
Welcome to the greatest soccer show ever.
What up? Welcome. And the only thing I have to say is Villa! Aston Villa. Damn straight. Do you believe? Well, depends on the week, right? Villa today did what a lot of teams, most teams, have not been able to do. They went to the Emirates Stadium and shut down Arsenal. Thank you. You're welcome. Hey, Liverpool, take advantage of... Oh, shit. You S the bed before the Villa even kicked off. Man City took advantage of it. Man City, new best friends, Aston Villa, taking down the rest of the league for them. Man City taking care of business as they normally do. We got a lot to talk about. As you can see, I'm hyped up about Aston Villa. What a game. My Villa doing the job at the Emirates. We've got Liverpool falling to Crystal Palace. Jurgen Klopp's farewell tour is quickly becoming a nightmare. I tell you what, it was that Man United game a couple of weeks ago that has just messed them up. It's crazy. Man United, way back in the table in an FA Cup match, come back and have screwed up Liverpool. They are now in their heads. Liverpool cannot seem to get it right. It's incredible. We're talking about that. We're talking about Manchester United and their big-time draw with Bournemouth. We'll talk about some of the players. We'll talk about some of the dead weight they're carrying. We'll talk about, there's a little bit of a rift in the camp. We'll see. We got a lot to talk about there. Oh, and by the way, Bundesliga have new champions. For the first time in 12 years, there's new champions, and it's not Bayern Munich. You're out. Bayer Leverkusen. Well done. Congratulations. Xabi Alonso. What a stunning job that man has done at Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Neverkusen is the name. We'll tell you why they were called that, but not anymore. Congratulations, Bayer Leverkusen. And you all got that favorite team. Wrexham promoted again. The Hollywood story continues. I got to be honest, There's some people in the room who just don't care about it. But then there are others who really do because of the Welcome to Wrexham show. We'll talk. Lots to get to there. We're talking Chelsea and their finances, and apparently everything's in order. All good. Todd Bowley says, nothing to worry about here. Keep moving along, Premiership. We're talking Sporting Kansas City, and in one of the biggest games they've ever had at their stadium. Inter Miami and Messi enter. And only one team leaves with all 3 points, and damn right, you know it was the GOAT. We're going to talk about it. Oh, and by the way, did you enjoy those Champions League games? Yes, the Champions League games, they were a couple of days ago. I know, Tuesday and Wednesday, but, we've got another round coming up. Those teams are playing again this week. I cannot wait. If you weren't entertained by that, I don't know what to tell you. You don't know anything. We got a lot to get to. Now, not just me here, it's the boys. I want to say a big thank you to our partners. Big thank you to Soccer World. A big thank you to Next Level Training. A big thank you to Thomas McGee's. A big thank you to the Michigan Jags. And another big thank you to the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. Appreciate you guys. The love and support you show us is phenomenal. Now, as you can see, I'm all hyped up. I love talking soccer on a Sunday night. And the boys are here too. They're just looking at me like, what is wrong with this guy and what was he taking? Hey, Nate. Hi, Danny. How are you? You guys doing all right?
You know, I should have known, hey, intro. It's going to, hey, there, microphone. Good. Got to get on. Yay. Good thing I was here on time. With your intros nowadays, I could be like 10 minutes late. It won't fucking matter.
You don't like my intros? Come on.
Lovely.
Come on. Hey.
Lovely. They just go on and on forever.
This week, Aston Villa, my friend. It's all I'm hyped.
You're all purpled up, huh?
This is Claret. And for you Americans, we'll
not a real
accept
color.
maroon.
Is that a real color?
We'll accept maroon.
I'm going to ask my British counsel to the left of me. Is Claret a color?
Claret?
Yeah. It's an instrument.
No, that's
a clarinet.
Do you know this would be a good moment to kind of interject with Brooks actually for some English kind of slang. But when we talk about claret back home,
Yeah.
it's just like if we're at a football match and we're having a bit of a Barney.
Is that a bear? Is that a beer?
No, an argument. A Barney.
A Barney.
Barney with another bloke.
With the purple dinosaur?
No, a Barney with another bloke.
Oh,
So
okay.
If I'm turning around to you, Brooks, and we're in a pub and we're having a bit of a Barney, and I turn around to you and go, shut your fucking face or I'm going to claret you.
We have a lot of Barneys on this show.
Meaning I'm going to fill your face full of claret. Blood.
Oh.
Dark red.
That is
He knew
the
that.
nicest way to say I'm going to beat the crap out of someone I've ever heard of.
I know, right?
And I'm going to use it more.
You're going to use that. And
Yeah.
They don't know what you're saying.
Because that's like the politest way to say I'm just about to batter you about the face.
I like it. Nate.
When you said that, I wasn't even scared. Like a smile came to my face.
It's so much better than The Rock turning around to Cody Rhodes and saying, I'm going to make you bleed.
It is. He should have used the Claret thing. Hey, by the way, you forgot about the Europa matches, by the way. They were all good, by the way.
The Europa matches were phenomenal. So were the
How many
Europa
times did I say
Conference League
bad?
matches. Trust me, I'm all in. I'm all in, my friend.
Conference. You're going to relate the conference.
My team's in the Europa Conference League. I have to talk about it.
The former first place team in the Premier League.
Wait, hold on a second. You've had over the last 5-6 weeks that I've been absent, you've had all the hogging time, especially after his 10-minute intro. Can I have 10 seconds? 30
I
seconds?
just wanted to point out that Europa had the two, at the time, number one in the Premier League and number one in the Bundesliga.
but I think-
Go for
But I
it.
think
I'm done.
But I think the viewers would like to know why I've been so absent.
Because you're sexy?
Well, there's that, but
Tanning bed mistake?
I want to know why you
no tanning bed mistake, just exponential weekends in Florida. But
Let me help you out. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's Danny Sexy Time.
yeah, I just like to say, amongst the many talents that I've got, 007, being 007, soccer coach, father, all that type of stuff. I've just got back from a 5 to 6 week stint in the circus.
Yeah.
I did.
Hold on.
Circus?
Hold on a second. Hold on.
I need to know more.
Like P.T. Barnum Circus?
Hold on a second. I'll get to it, Brooks. I've just been
Okay.
5 to 6 weeks in the circus, so our viewers back home, or viewers online and around the globe. I just spent 4 to 5 weeks in the circus, specifically as a clown.
No way.
Oh shit! Yeah, it was great. Honestly, I really loved it. To be honest with you, I thought it was great.
Okay.
And it was interesting actually because I was doing the juggling and all that sort of stuff, and making people laugh and all that sort of thing. And Craig called me and he goes, "It's funny, you do look like a clown." And I was like, "But Nate's a clown too. He's just not with me on tour.
Yeah.
So maybe we should do something together.
I'm in. I was busy.
Be a clown together."
I was busy that weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's being a clown here.
He was making balloon
Yeah,
animals.
Just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
See, my special skill is lifting things in balloon animals, which aren't related. What would your clown special ability be?
Oh, my special clown would be the use of my 007.
Oh, wow.
Oh well, we may need more. Hey, I do want to interject.
That's a whole OnlyFans.
That is. I do want to interject a little bit, Nate. We got a little surprise later. We've been sent a video of you
Yeah. Uh-oh.
possibly
Yeah.
doing something with your shirt off.
Oh, that's not like...
Oh,
Hey, that could be anything.
This is true.
I was folding laundry about now.
Oh.
I'm going to go with my shirt
Oh
off.
my!
Oh, you just do that at home, huh?
I mean, like...
I cannot wait. I think
the-
at around the 10 o'clock mark, we're gonna show this video.
Hold on,
and my
Craig.
friend, our viewers.
There's
are
a
gonna be
lady
shocked.
demographic we're trying to appeal to, so just give me a second.
This is
An
why.
hour ago, I was folding laundry, shirtless.
Oh my!
Hold on a second.
Oh my!
Luke Zagorski
Yeah.
on Facebook. Craig's the ringleader.
Yeah.
Nate's the clown.
Yeah.
Brooks is the acrobat. Does that make Danny the bearded lady?
Oh.
The fuck is that?
I don't know. This guy probably doesn't know your resume, but if he saw it, he would know that there's no way you're a lady.
There's a bearded lady. Yeah. I appreciate
love it. I love it.
I'm not
Well,
sure what that means, Luke,
yeah.
but
All
I'd
right.
be happy to take you I'd be happy to take you out and be your wingman and show you exactly what an Englishman can do. But
Mr. Zagorski's actually, I think, in New York right now.
Is he?
Yeah,
Oh,
or
I
he's
did
back
see
home.
that.
He took a trip to New
I
York.
did see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you get to see a show out there. Do something.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. It's fun. We're gonna be rocking and rolling tonight. We got a lot of stuff.
I don't get to say anything.
No, you don't. No, I'm just kidding. I just want to let everybody know we are going to be getting to
I
a lot
wasn't
of
going to
stuff.
say much today, but okay.
We're going to be skipping around. We got a lot to get to, but as promised, 10 o'clock, videos of Nate in a ring, shirtless, coming up. Brooks, you spent all day yesterday in Ohio
I did, Columbus.
at a soccer stadium
Mm-hmm.
watching soccer.
Yeah.
Was it as boring as I just made it out to be, or was it exciting?
No, they were actually really
Oh,
good matches.
All right, good.
For
good.
spring college soccer matches, I can't complain.
Aye,
They
man.
were actually really good.
Yeah.
And I forgot to put on sunscreen, so my face is a little burnt right now.
Little bit.
Do we share with the viewers what we put in our group chat about his adventures in Ohio? What I said about him and his response?
But I don't remember. Throw it out there.
So I said we were going backwards and forwards, and he was quiet as a mouse. And I said,
While I was driving.
I said, is Brooks watching glorified high school soccer today?
I mean, it wasn't far off, but bit close. Very close. Oh, the fun that we have with each other.
Yeah.
All right, boys, listen, we're going to jump into it. It has to be the game of the week. It has to be Aston Villa going to London and blanking Arsenal. And I got to be honest, hey, Saturday was a great day for me. And Villa didn't even play, but they moved up the rankings due to Tottenham shitting the bed. Tottenham got beat 4-0 by Newcastle, and because of the goal difference, they dropped down below into fifth to, into that potentially last European, last Champions League spot. That might not happen. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But Villa moved up into fourth, and then today they went to the Emirates, and like I said, magic. The first half, I was nervous, all nervous as hell. I thought Arsenal pretty much dominated. I thought they were toying with Villa. They were just seeing what they could get away with. Villa had a couple of breakouts, hit the post. Ollie Watkins hit the post nicely. How you hit the inside of the post, the ball rebounds out and then goes around to the other side of the post out for a goal kick, I'll never know. Incredible feat there. Unfortunately, the ball didn't go in, obviously. But Villa, I thought stayed with it defensively, organized. And I'll say it again, Emi Martinez, the best goalkeeper in the world, runs that back line under pressure with the ball, can find the next player, can make a save, kept everybody organized. Villa get a little lucky, and in the second half, domination. I didn't see it coming. I absolutely did not see it coming. Villa dominated and were worth their weight in gold today and steal all 3 points there. Danny, you kind of threw into the text message that Villa just, amazing, right?
Yeah, there was somebody that you didn't mention there. And it's not lost on me, but I think it's lost on a lot of people. Unai Emery. I think he's an absolute tactical genius. What a manager that guy is. For what he's done really with the same squad, or similar squad to the one that Gerrard left with.
Nailed it. Yep.
You know, I think he's been absolutely brilliant. You know, it was difficult game, I would say. You know, first half for me, I mean, I think Villa probably edged it, but I don't think Arsenal played well at all. I don't think they showed any ambition. And second half, Villa were just terrific.
Yeah.
Villa terrific, and you know, you can't take anything away from both strikes. I mean, Ollie Watkins' goal was just out of this world, you know.
And before that, Tielemans hit the crossbar and it bounced down and hit the post, defying physics again.
Right.
But you're right. Unai Emery goes back to Arsenal, where he was there for 18 months and got fired. A tactical genius for sure. If you think about,
he's one of the best managers in Europe. What he did for Villarreal, was just incredible. You know, he was at Sevilla as well, wasn't he?
Yep.
You know, and they won the Europa League.
Yep.
You know, so I mean, he's just tactical genius. I mean, one player I'd like to highlight, and you know, it kind of gets thrown about between the three of us. You know, between Manchester United's woes up front and all that sort of stuff, is Ollie Watkins. You know, and the consistency that guy has brought the last 2-3 years to the Premier League. People say he's not a top class striker, but he's definitely one of the best in England. You know, for sure. He just does it consistently year after year after year.
Yeah,
It's a top class finish he had.
yeah, that was a brilliant finish.
I mean,
by
I
the
know
way, yeah.
Craig doesn't rate him.
I don't rate him very highly at all. You know,
Not at all.
He does when he scores, though.
Yeah, only when he scores.
It's like an oxymoron.
Yeah.
You know.
I really thought Villa were going to go to the Emirates today and, truly struggle, because one of the players of the year, Douglas Luiz, had picked up his 10th yellow card in the prior game and was out. Now he had to sit out today. And I thought without his coming back to get the ball from Martinez, without his lack of distribution, his lack of breaking up the other team's progression down the field, I thought Villa was truly, truly going to struggle without him. Tielemans, McGinn, and to his credit, Morgan Rogers, by the way, has fit into Villa nicely after being purchased in January from Middlesbrough. They got the job done. Moussa Diaby, congratulations. You finally...
Where'd he come from?
Germany, the Bundesliga, absolutely. Okay. We're finally seeing some of the best of him again. And then Leon Bailey.
Where did he come from?
The Bundesliga.
Okay.
Absolutely, the Bundesliga. Yep. Leverkusen. Both Leverkusen players, former, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they stepped in, and credit to the young Italian Zaniolo. What a performance and a shift he put in. He was out on his feet at about the 70-minute mark. Brooks, it looks like you want to say something or have a nice comment.
A few comments.
Comments.
I'll be
Love
reading a lot of comments tonight. We got a lot going in the chat. It's good.
Yeah, hey guys, thanks, and put more comments in. We love them. Go ahead,
Yes,
Brooks.
please.
Come off, buddy.
Luke Zagorski, some coaches elevate what they have and some don't. Unai very much does. Simple as it's as simple as it is. Did it in Spain and is doing it now. Kirk Johnson, Arteta's starting lineup is how they lost, and substitute Arsenal was flat all day. Saka 0 shots, so it didn't help.
Yeah, let me ask this to the boys here and everybody watching. Do we feel there was a hangover from Arsenal from that Champions League game against Bayern Munich at home? That game, by the way, that game was phenomenal. I was thoroughly entertained. And Nate, we're going to get into your comment about the games being meaningless because the away goals. We'll get into that in a little bit. But no, it wasn't a hangover because that was Tuesday. That was 5 days ago. So they had more than enough time to get ready and prepared
I
for
don't
Villa.
think so. I thought Man City do it week in and week out.
Yeah.
Real Madrid do it week in and week out. Yep. I don't see Bayern Munich do it week in and Bayern Munich not at the moment with the league, but used to do it. I don't think you can with the squad that he's got and honestly it's just Arsenal.
It's just Arsenal being Arsenal?
It's just Arsenal being Arsenal. I mean, they're just not. Me personally, I kind of said at the start of the season that Arsenal were going to win it, and it was more out of that I didn't want City to win a fourth on a row. Because I didn't feel like there was anybody else that would be close. I mean, we're still like 6-7 games.
Still got 6 games,
to go, and it's only a 2-point difference. Yeah. And City are not firing on all cylinders this year.
They're definitely
they
not.
Definitely drop a game if they need it. If it comes up, and they've got some difficult games to come up. So, yeah.
Yeah, Nate.
I just, again, I said it before, I'll say it again. When I look at Arsenal's attack, I'm not scared. I'm not intimidated. It doesn't worry me. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
It just, so for them to come out and be flat and not be able to put things away and dominant a little bit in your attacking third, but just can't do much for the first half. Not really surprised. Not really like it's not. I'm not like color me shocked. Oh my God, no, you don't have a good attack. Great midfield, good defense.
They really are missing that star striker. And last year, the rumor was that Ollie Watkins was on their radar and they wanted him. Could you imagine that squad with Watkins instead of a Havertz up top?
Yeah.
That would be.
And not to say Havertz's a bad player, but he's not a forward. Like, so it just doesn't work.
Do you know who I don't like? Who I really don't like? Piers Morgan. And bear with me for a second. I know
Okay.
I think we're all on board with that.
Oh boy.
What position did Pierce play on Arsenal? I'm just confused.
So, don't get me wrong. I don't like him at all.
Opinionist.
But he's just a tit. Absolute tit. First class tit, actually. But he said something today on Twitter that I couldn't disagree with, and he was absolutely spot on. And it's glaring, absolutely glaring. And they're in the position that they're in at this stage of the season when, in that first half, they should have scored 2 or 3 goals in that first half. Even though Villa were on top, I felt like they should have scored 2 or 3 goals in that first half.
If they'd had a little bit more class and a little bit more if
they'd have had a true finisher, like an Ollie Watkins, Arsenal probably won that game today.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's inept management, really, to be honest with you. When you're in a title race, what was the first thing that Pep did when Aguero went down with his heart?
He went out and bought
Haaland.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the first thing he did. When Jesus went injured last season, what was the first thing Arteta did?
I don't know.
He went and bought Havertz. He went and bought Havertz.
For 70 million, by the way.
He went and bought
70
Havertz
million for
and
Havertz.
dropped him into the midfield, and you've still not no forward. You're relying on what's-his-face? What's the forward that was playing up front the other day?
Jesus?
No, not Jesus, the other one. Bennett.
The young
I'm
lad,
drawing
the
a blank on
academy guy.
No, the lad that came in.
For
Martelli?
Arsenal.
What?
No, is it
No, it
Martelli?
wasn't Martinelli, no.
I
He's a
don't know.
backline player.
Hold on.
You're the young English lad.
Saka, Torsard,
I'm forgetting his freaking name.
Belgian kid.
Yes.
Yeah, Torsard, Torssa.
The guy came from Brighton, but he's a midfielder, isn't he?
No, he's a winger.
He's a winger.
Is he a winger?
Yep.
So,
But I think the Trossard buy for 27 million was actually a pretty good buy, and he's bailed them out a couple times. But again,
They could have
spent a lot of money, and you haven't actually bought a true forward, Nate.
They could have had a forward in the winter if they would have spent 17 million.
Nketiah. Eddie Nketiah.
Oh, Eddie Nketiah. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Not
I know I was missing. It was on the tip of my tongue, and I couldn't get it out.
not someone to save the day, but as Nate was saying,
Who should they have gotten,
they
Nate?
there were several people they could have bought, right, Nate?
There's one guy at Stuttgart that has a release clause for 17 million.
Who's their leading goal scorer, right?
Who is the not only leading goal scorer this year, the most ever goal scorer in the 100 and some odd year of that plus club. Goal scorer, passing Mario Gomez, who is. And Jurgen Klinsmann, who are pretty good company to be. So he has scored more goals than anyone else in Stuttgart. He has a release clause for 17 million. You could have triggered it.
Here's the daft thing. Yeah. When United and Ten Hag got rid of Ronaldo last November,
There was rumors
he was going there. If Arteta had picked him up on a free in January, they've already won the league this year.
Yep.
I can't disagree with that because all they need is someone to be able to put the ball in the net consistently. Yeah. You're 100% right. He may have disrupted the club a little bit if he'd gone there, but when the guy scores goals, like he can score goals, it would have been worth it, right? It would have been worth it. Danny, that's a great point. I mean, I don't know. I thought Arsenal this year were really going to get towards the end of the year and get the job done, but they today proved that I just don't think they have it.
Them and Liverpool, I think they just, I don't know. They're slipping. They're slipping up when they should not be.
Agreed. And I don't think, I think Danny said it. Man City are not even firing on all cylinders right now, and they're just plucking along, winning games, not playing particularly well.
It's kind of nice. They're under the radar, I guess. Would you say at this point?
I
No,
guess.
they're typical City at this point
Yeah.
in the season
Okay.
where they're winning games, but they're not playing well at the moment. They're not like they were last year.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, they were relentless.
Yeah.
Last year, they were just relentless. You knew every single game they were going to pick up points.
Yep.
Right now, you don't know every single game that they're going to go into. They're going to pick up points. They could possibly drop points. So that's what's going to make the next 5-6 weeks interesting.
Now, also something that's going to make it a little bit more interesting is next weekend, there's some teams playing in the FA Cup. Man City being one of those. So they're actually going to be not playing in the league while Liverpool and Arsenal have 2 games, will play 2 games and go ahead. So they could very well jump Man City and get a couple of points ahead. But then when Man City have to make up those games, you can just feel it that they're going to pick up all 3 points from the games and sure enough, back into first. Let's talk about Liverpool. Let's talk about that game. Listen, that game was at home, and Liverpool, oh my word, that FA Cup game against Man United at Old Trafford, boys, that ruined them. I'm pointing at you
I'm not
two.
sure if it was that one. Or
You ruined Liverpool.
Not
You did it.
I'm not sure if it was that game or the Atlanta home game that just happened that ruined them because
Atalanta, yeah.
Do you know what the funny statement?
Your fault.
You know what the funny statement was what did the manager say in midweek after the 3-0 battering by Atalanta? There will be a response.
Yeah.
Where
was that response?
There wasn't a response at all.
I mean, that's a response, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, it was something. Brooks, you got somebody?
Yeah, we got some more comments here. Let's see. Kirk Johnson, obviously, Arsenal needed a true striker. Need a Salah or Haaland type of style guy. That's what he thinks. That's what he's going for. I don't know, but those are some guys he thinks. And then Victor just tuned in. And then Rick, our buddy we play indoor soccer with. Liverpool has wasted so many opportunities in the last couple of games.
I have never seen a team so inept in front of goal. It blows my mind how they could. I'm telling you right now, Mo Salah every week is proving my point that he needs to be sold, and Liverpool need to cash in on him.
Well, you just go back to the Man United FA Cup game and the league game. How many chances that they wasted at Old Trafford? Yeah. Let us back into the game. Yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But it's just complacency.
Is it the players that are realizing now that it is going to be harder to do this than what they thought, and Klopp is out? Who knows? There's turnover at the club happening. Maybe they're not that interested. Maybe they've got their minds elsewhere. They got hammered, as you heard Nate say, at home to Atalanta, 3-0. Could have been worse.
Could have been a lot worse.
Could have been a lot worse.
I
There's
think-
something going on at that club right now.
I think Liverpool's kind of like a victim of what Man United were last year, in the fact that they were still in 4 competitions in April. They were still in the FA Cup. They were still in they won the League Cup, so there were three competitions, right? And United started to fall off last year when they were in the Europa League.
Yeah.
And it's a lot. It is a lot. And he's already complained about the schedule once or twice.
So here's something. 2 players in the middle of the park for Liverpool. Dominic Soboslai and Wataru Endo.
Yeah, the Japanese midfielder.
Yes.
In your endo.
No, Endo. Wataru Endo. This is their first year in the Premiership. They've come from the Bundesliga. Nate, congratulations. But the Premiership is a slog. It is hard.
It is now.
It's
like at this
hard.
stage.
Yes.
If you're in the top 5, it's a slog.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
Is it possibly because, in my opinion, they have been the engine that makes
That's a
Liverpool go?
bullshit excuse.
They're tired.
No, it's
They're tired.
no,
They're
it's
both
not.
being pulled out about the 70-minute mark.
But you have Endo, McAllister, and Jones that are sitting in there. Silverslide didn't even start. He came in the 46th minute.
Jones is not.
I'm just saying.
not a
And then you got
Liverpool
Elliott.
central
You got
midfielder, is he?
Harvey Elliott.
Harvey Elliott comes in for cameos.
You
in the
got
last 10
players
minutes.
that you're subbing in and out. They have plenty of depth there.
But Jones is not a Liverpool central midfielder.
They're not getting overrun in the midfield, though.
But he's not a central.
Yeah,
Okay,
I hear what
so-
you're saying. But they're not getting over. The problem isn't in the midfield. It's putting away chances, is it not?
But it's possibly getting the ball sooner to the forwards and exposing.
Do you not
in
think
transition.
Darwin? Let's be honest. Let's just go through Liverpool's front line at the minute, right? Do you not think Darwin Núñez was a waste of money?
Ooh, I don't know about a waste of money. Depends on the week. To be
Overpaid.
honest. Overpaid for him. Overpaid.
Dude, they had
100 million. I don't know about 100 million, but
not
go ahead, Nate.
not to defend when you have 2.81 XG, meaning 2.81 expected goals, you lose by 1, 21 shots, 4 big chances, and 4 big chances missed with 84%, 608 accurate passes, most of them in the opponent's own half. You cannot point to the midfield and go, that's the problem. Thank you. You can't.
Just because Brooks agrees,
You
with
have
doesn't mean you get
70%
applause.
possession. You're pinning a team back. That team is Crystal Palace.
Did I? Did I say that the midfield is the problem?
No, he is.
I said
at him.
I asked you if it could be the problem,
And I'm saying no.
and
Shut
the
up.
Players getting tired because I mean, listen, they're tired.
Are they tired from making 608 passes and controlling the game, 70% possession?
But you've all played with midfielders who can pass, and they don't make the right pass. They don't make that pass forward quick enough. I leave teams like that, by the way.
Freaking standard forward here. It's got to be the midfield that's the problem, that I can't score a goal
Yeah.
with
When you've
70% possession.
Well, when you've got a forward that you paid 100 million for and he couldn't score in a brothel, then you've got a problem.
Yeah. No, it's got to be the midfield, Danny. You know,
I didn't say it was the midfield.
No, he is. He is.
It was him.
He is.
I
It was
am.
him.
Look at me.
I know. It's called a facetious comment.
I just said Curtis Jones isn't a Premier League footballer.
Why are we yelling at each other? He's the one who's done this.
Well, we haven't done this for a while.
He's turning us against each other before we even get to United.
Yeah,
It's
just-
him. It's him.
Just wait for the United
It's the
segment.
damn forward that's doing this to us, Danny.
Now I asked the question: is it?
It's the
midfield?
glorified forward wearing different colored shorts in a game, taking all the credit for all the shat, pitting the midfield and defender against each other.
Yeah. And
How
then
dare you?
And then turning into people for PKs and yeah.
Hey man, I can't. Defenders are being silly and clobbering me. That's their fault.
Sorry, guys, I had a circus moment.
Yeah. Listen, there has been something.
Is there a British circus?
There is.
Nice.
Yeah, there is.
They all wear top hats and have nice mustaches.
Yeah, classy. That was actually a question.
And their
from,
names are 007.
I thought it was the dudes
There
that
was
wore the big hats outside the Royal Palace.
that was a question from
Hey,
a mysterious,
Fucking
mysterious
steady.
listener.
Just you're stepping on the toes of a proper Englishman there, mate.
Well, you
Top
know.
hats.
Speaking of royalty, did you see that the king, the future king, and the future king were at Villa Park this weekend?
I did see that. You posted about that.
All Villa fans, my friends.
Yeah.
Only the best support Aston Villa. Anyway, back to Liverpool. Roll your eyes all you want, my friend. Back to Liverpool. There has been something that's gone wrong, and I'm blaming it on you two, you Man United supporters. You killed Liverpool, and you love it. You absolutely love it, don't you?
I don't know what's. Honestly, I don't know what's. I don't want Liverpool to win the league. I mean, I just don't. You know, I just don't.
I feel like the three of you
But
don't want that to happen.
But I don't want Man City to win the league either because I don't want them to be the first team to win 4 in a row.
Yeah.
So I've put all my eggs in Arsenal and they shit the bed today. So I'm not happy.
Yeah.
You know. But I mean, I could say you can't take anything away from Crystal Palace. They were terrific. The goal was superb.
Yes.
So well
Yes.
worked and a
Yes.
great finish.
Yeah.
Absolutely great finish. And you know what? They didn't. Crystal Palace, since the new managers come in, they've gone toe to toe with City, right?
Yep.
They've gone toe to toe with City, and now they've gone toe to toe with Liverpool at Anfield.
Yep.
They look great today, Palace.
You give that manager this summer to bring in a couple more players and hang on to the ones he's got, and they could be a top 10, top 8 team next year, right? I mean, I think he's proven that he knows what he's doing, and it's fun. It's fun to watch.
He's
by
got
the way,
them playing good football.
Yep.
I've watched them a couple of times over the last couple of weeks, and they play some good football. They really do.
Yep. They absolutely do. All right, we're going to talk really quickly. It's Spurs. There's something in the water, I think, of North London, because we've seen Arsenal shit the bed. We've seen Tottenham shit the bed. Tottenham 4-0 to Newcastle. Newcastle, as we've
It's
seen.
Spurs. What do you want to like? It's
All
Spurs.
4 goals came from Tottenham pretty much screwing up and turning over possession.
Welcome.
All 4 of them. And Timo Werner is completely lost out there, which again, I don't understand why they did that.
I don't mind the loan for him. It's just a loan.
It made
There's
no
no
sense.
obligation to buy. He's quick. He's played in the Premiership before. I don't mind the loan, but
Dude,
it's not really
I
working.
knew
out
this was going to happen though.
because it's Spurs.
It's Spurs, and everybody was going, "Oh, Postecoglou and this, that, and the other," and he's changed this. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, always a new manager bump at the start of the year, right? Always.
I think
Great.
it lasted
mean,
a
it's
little
great.
bit longer than a bump, but
It's
yeah.
it's no different than any relationship. Honeymoon period over. Now it's Spurs.
You want to know who's really excited about the Pochettino?
You?
Nope.
Who?
Me?
Yep.
Why is he excited about?
You don't know the Celtic League. It's just slow. It's tough out there, man. And you were making fun of him the whole
He
time.
was.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. I bought into the Postecoglou ball.
We all bought into it.
I bought into it. We
You
all
did
did.
it.
We all did. I think we all did because it was fun to watch the first several
did not.
months.
I did not.
I say the first 3 or 4 months of the season, the way he turned them around, I thought was great. And really, only 2 new players, Madison and Mickey Van de Ven, the central defender, who by the way, I
let's-
think is a phenomenal central defender.
Let's use the Man United excuse. He doesn't have his players in that he needs yet.
Oh no! You too early, bro.
Okay.
Too early for that.
Too early.
Isn't this just year 1? I mean, he hasn't had a summer transfer window.
He hasn't. I mean, you're right. Actually, I would like to see him.
Okay. No, he did have a summer transfer window.
He had a bit of a transfer, but listen, they shit the bed.
Can I respond?
4-0. Thank you, Newcastle. Thank you, Newcastle.
Luke?
Appreciate.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Aston Villa.
So Zagorski, I'm going to respond to Zagorski in the group chat. He's gone. Danny, as an Englishman, what are your thoughts on Anthony Gordon starting for Southgate and being given the keys and the trust to control the entire flank and actually do something?
What?
Well, Mr. Zagorski, I can tell you this: if Anthony Gordon is starting over Saka and Foden, then I'm not watching England this summer.
Agreed. No, Luke, I agree with a lot of things you say, but Anthony Gordon, no. I think he's having a nice season, but no. Yeah, no.
He's a
question.
good English squad player, but I don't think he's Foden Saka quality just yet.
I think you've got
Definitely
Foden,
not Ross Barkley.
Saka, even Barkley deserves to go. Trust me. But you've got Cole Palmer in there. I would say even
Mainu, no.
Mainu. Trust me. There's several central midfielders or wingers that'll go ahead of him. One we'll get to in a little bit, and I was a proponent of a striker, Solanke. That man is scoring goals left, right, and center, and he's scored against all the big teams this year. Another great goal today, this weekend from him. But good question. Yeah, Nate, sorry, go ahead.
When did the transfer window open in the summer?
It's usually, was it May 20, was it June 1st?
Usually June 1st for pre-existing.
You guys are aware that before you go, he doesn't have the squad that he wants, that he brought in 11 players since June of 2023. 11 players.
Oh.
Postecoglou.
I didn't think he brought in that many, but there you go.
I'm
think he brought
looking
that
at it
many
right
either.
now.
Not
You
doubting
want me
you.
to name them?
No.
Because I can.
No.
Maybe he
brought-
needs more Nottingham Forest
he
level where
brought-
he needs like 30-some.
He brought in 11 players
Huh.
since June of 2023.
Okay.
Well, the goalie was a great pickup. Mickey Van de Ven was a good pickup. James Madison was a good pickup. I think Udagi was already there, right? He's probably not on that list. He's
Not on the list.
I like him. He's a good player.
He spent $58 million for Kusevaka.
He only brought in Werner in
and
January, though.
Oh, the Juventus guy, right?
Juventus guy,
Yep.
Madison, the goalkeeper Vicraro,
Yep.
Solomon, Phillips, Van de Vent,
Phillips.
Litz, Johnson,
That is.
Volasic, Timo Werner, Dragonson. Remember, that was a $31 million buy that he swooped up over Arsenal on Bregaval.
Interesting.
Yeah, listen, but it seems to be coming crashing down. Now there's still 6 games left. Tottenham could very well pick up points. And
They
jump
just
ahead
need to
of
stay in
Villa.
5th because the fifth spot's going to get Champions League.
Well,
Okay.
right now Germany's ahead.
Yep.
The Bundesliga's ahead in
Yep.
points.
Because not Villa,
When
sorry.
Arsenal knock out Munich,
If
it's going 5th.
If Arsenal knock out Munich.
You don't think
In
Arsenal
Munich?
are going to Bayern Munich and knock them out?
Nope.
But this is where the Premiership loses
You're
points.
smoking crap.
This is where the Premiership loses points.
Wait, hold on.
Liverpool lost and
Hold on.
Leverkusen won in the Europa League, so the German Bundesliga gained points that way. It comes down between the two
Wait.
leagues now.
I'm smoking crack.
Are you?
Because if Arsenal could beat the shit out of Munich, why the shit didn't they do it in their home? So the best they could render was a tie. They're going to go to Munich and then beat the fuck out of them after losing to Villa? I don't think so. Plus, Liverpool crapped themselves in the Europa, and that's important. So they're just about out. And also, Leverkusen looks to be taking West Ham. Maybe. I don't know. They could still be partying. Actually, that game does have me worried. But no, I don't think so.
You think there's going to be a hangover? You think there's going to be a Leverkusen hangover now?
Oh, yeah.
There's still 2-0 up on West Ham.
I think Arsenal go to Munich and win. I think West Ham win at home.
Oh, you heard it here first. You heard it here first. What was the second one you said?
If
West Ham win at home.
Now, if going to a broader discussion here, if we were still under the Nate rules of the Champions League with away goals, I'd say no.
Yep.
Arsenal only have to go there and win 1-0.
By the way, it wasn't Nate rules; it was the original rules.
Yep.
Okay, sexy pants. But you like those rules.
I did like those.
I
rules.
don't.
We're gonna get into those rules. By the way, we're gonna get into them. That's a topic for tonight. So hold your horses there, lads.
By the way,
hold your horses. That'll be. I'm not sure if it's gonna be after or before we get to see you dance around with no shirt on, Nate. So
Dortmund actually, by that logic, still also has the chance to beat Atletico.
They do
because that's at their home.
They do 2-1.
Atletico.
Yeah.
Who?
Dortmund.
Dortmund have to go at home.
All they got to do is score one goal.
Yep. He's not wrong. We're going to talk about that. All
they got to do is score one goal.
Let's jump back into the Premiership. We're going to jump into your guys' squad here. 2-2 against Bournemouth. At Bournemouth. I got to be honest, boys. If I was betting, I probably would have bet a draw. And I would have got a bit lucky there. But for me, the saying of you F around and bad things happen, and Bournemouth fucked around. They didn't put the ball in the net and put Man United away when they had the chance. Was that not one of the worst first half showings you've seen from your squad this year? They were poor. Garnacho pulled at halftime. That Man United have just... I'm going to ask you a question. After I want your thoughts on the game. I got a couple of questions. Danny, Nate, whoever wants to jump in, give me some thoughts on that Man United Bournemouth game.
No words, really. I mean, sat here all fucking season and talked about the poor performances and the way that they've played and all that sort of stuff. And the crazy thing is 2 weeks ago they played absolutely brilliantly, fantastically against Liverpool in the FA Cup because they were fighting for something, right? I don't think they're fighting for anything in the Premier League. They're not going to finish 5th. They're not going to finish 4th. I think they've down tools, don't really give a crap. But you watch next Saturday when they play at Wembley against Coventry, they'll win.
Oh, yeah, they'll win.
They'll win and they'll go into the FA Cup final because they've got something to play for. This Manchester United squad right now has no pride. They've no pride for the shirt. They've no gumption. They've fucking got the spine of a gummy bear, number one. And I don't trust them. That's the thing. It's like, we talk about trust a lot, right? Trust is huge. And I was fortunate enough to be a supporter through countless squads that Sir Alex redid every single season. And you had this, as a supporter, you'd go to the ground and you had this innate trust in them. Trust, pure trust that they were going to
show up.
Nobody would come into Old Trafford and do what teams have done to us in the last 10 years. Nobody. I don't have any trust in them. And then the sooner they go, and I do believe things will get better. I really do. I do believe what Radcliffe's doing will ultimately end in probably, I would say, about 7 to 8 exits this summer of players that...
Yeah, we're going to get to a couple of those shortly here.
Don't do it for us. But it was a poor performance again. And I don't care what anybody says in this room. Without Bruno Fernandes in that Manchester United squad, no matter how petulant the guy is, the guy's got more goals and assists of any player over the last 3 years in the Premier League. The guy is an absolute genius, and he doesn't deserve the players he's got around him right now. He doesn't deserve it.
I don't like his leadership style. I've said it before. Yeah,
I just said he's petulant. I think he's a petulant child. When things are not going his way, he's a petulant child.
Yep. But
when he's focused and when he's on and when he's a true captain, and when his performance dictates Manchester United as a whole, he's incredible.
Do you feel bad for the fans who traveled down to Bournemouth? Because it's a long haul, and the fans travel well. They deserve to see more from their team today.
The ironic thing is we're one of the best supported away clubs in the Premier League.
Sure.
Our fan base sing all the time. Sure. You can always hear them over the home fans at most stadiums.
Sure.
Do I feel bad for them? No, I don't. I don't feel bad for them at all because they're true football fans. They're true Manchester United fans.
They deserve to see more than what they just saw today.
I get it. But it doesn't matter what they deserve or what they get. They're always going to be there to support the football club.
All right. Nate, any thoughts, my friend?
I feel bad for Fernandez and I feel bad for Nana.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
I mean, like, those are the only two players to me that look like they're trying. And we can give all the criticism.
Say
we
that
want.
again. Sorry, I missed it.
I feel bad for Fernandez. I feel bad for Onana. I
Yeah.
think Andre Onana is
Well,
not bad in
There's a
between.
couple more, but yeah.
Well, yeah, at least in that game. You know what I mean? I think Onana is not bad as a goalkeeper. I mean, he has third best save percentage in the league. His saves per 90, he's sitting fifth. So he's spinning around, doing what he can. And yeah, sometimes he lets some bad ones in, but he's getting shelled.
But
I mean, he's absolutely getting shelled.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
He's facing 200 shots a game.
Yeah, it's they've let more shots in on him than any other goalkeeper that's ever played at Manchester United. There is something fundamentally wrong with the defense, the back line, and the midfield.
I mean,
how they continue to let this amount of shots in on a goalkeeper.
Let's just not get let's not get crazy. I mean, what was it? Anthony was announced injured before the game, whether he was injured or not. Right, he was announced injured, and Samuel Lucas posted on Twitter that was the 67th injury this season at Manchester United. 67. That's incredibly high, really incredibly high, and they haven't had they haven't had a settled back four all season.
Sure.
So
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Where I'm now, I'm not changing my tune, but and I never said this is. I'm not walking it back. Let's put it that way. So I want to clarify this. Mainu, I think, has stood out in most Man United games I've watched. Okay.
agreed.
Today he stood out, but he also got lazy. And I think that is having to do with some of the players around him and what he's watching. And I feel that if someone doesn't go in there and kick him up the butt and say, you are one of the best young English prospects we've had in the center of midfield for years, if you don't get your priorities right, this is going to go down in a very bad way. I'm worried that we're going to lose a very good prospect due to players around him.
I think you'll get it right. I think you'll get it right. I think more to your point of him being lazy, I think it's more born out of frustration than anything else.
Sure, okay.
You've got a player that he's playing with in the middle of midfield that's arguably one of the best holding central midfielders of his generation in Casemiro, and he looks like, for the last year and a half, Casemiro looks like an MLS player.
Yes.
In the Premier League.
Yes.
I think
Nate put the comment in there that it looks like he's wearing work boots that have cement in them.
Yeah.
And that was Mikitome?
A couple weeks back.
Mikitome.
Was it? I keep thinking it's Casemiro you said that about.
No,
he said both
get
of
it right.
I mean, I will say this, and this is the only thing that I will say right now in defense of the manager, because do I believe he should go? No, I don't. Not right now. Because I think that the tide is turning, and I think that the changes that they're making. But I will say this about the manager, and this is something that is not lost on me, and it shouldn't be lost on anybody else in this room. Over the last 12, he's bought Haaland for an extortionate price, right? But he's a good young player, very good young player that's going to be a great forward, I think. He's brought through from the academy Mainu and Garnacho in the last 12 months, and they've both been brilliant, and arguably three of the most entertaining players that we've had this season.
Sure.
We got Kawambali that played against Liverpool in both fixtures and was absolutely tremendous. Sure. Another product of the academy system.
Sure.
He's bringing players through. We had two players on the bench this weekend. One, Harry Hamas, which, and I quote from Samuel Luckhurst, that whatever Manchester United are doing at Carrington, it needs to continue from a cloning perspective, because he is Luke Shaw 2.0, this Harry Hamas, that's just signed a new deal. So he's bringing through players just like he did at Ajax. And I think it's our philosophy, it's our DNA.
Sure.
Producing young players.
It's been there.
It's been there for years.
Decades.
I think if you're bringing through young players and you're still 6th, 7th in the league while you're rebuilding and you're going in a completely different direction than you have in the last 10 years by buying players like Pogba and Ibrahimovic and all these marquee players that have done nothing, then you've got to allow him time. You have to.
So that was my Nate. I'll let you go ahead. Go ahead. If you
I was going to say, I stand by my. I don't know if he's good or not. Actually, the more I watch the team, the more I lose faith. But I just go back to the. All right, fire him. He's gone. Sure, fine. Yep. So who's the better manager you're bringing in?
Well, that's one of my questions. I got a couple of friends who think he should be gone. But then who do you bring in? And I've had a couple of people say, well, Jose Mourinho is out there. I think Danny might have mentioned it as well.
I don't know if he's better. Sorry, he got fired from Roma a couple of minutes ago. And look how Roma's doing since he's left.
Nobody has brought players through the academy system in the last 10 years that that did the same job that Sir Alex did, other than Ten Hag.
How long has Eric Ten Hag now been in charge at Man United?
18 months.
So what I'm saying is, great point. He's brought these players through, but they were there prior to him getting there. They've been there for 3-4 years.
Yeah, he should have.
He's just the one. He's just the one who's letting them have an opportunity due to probably some of the injuries that have happened. Garnacho, Garnacho probably.
Garnacho and Mainu were on the tour.
Yeah,
they weren't due to injuries. They were on the tour. So was Haaland or Højlund. He
brought Højlund in.
And he brought Højlund in. He signed a good player. Martinez, great player, just been injured. Yeah. Right. Mason Mount, good young player, been injured this season. Right.
Can't seem to. He's healthy now.
Well, when he was at Chelsea, he was Player of the Year twice in a row.
I agree.
Can't take away his talent. Yeah. Guy's good, right? Really good player. Dalot this season, bright spark, young Portuguese player.
Sure.
Didn't bring him. You can see what he's trying to do. It's just not happening quick enough.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
It has to happen quick for Man United because they can't have these down years. They can't.
But I think it has to. I think this is the cultural reset that we need from 4 years ago, when Sir Alex first came in.
Sure.
It's a different reset. The last 10 years has been marred by stupid. Like we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, right? About the similarities in what Manchester United and Man City spent. Do you remember this? And we gauged it was about $1 billion each.
Yep.
Right? But Man City have spent that $1 billion well, and we have not.
Correct.
And that's the truth.
Correct.
That is the truth.
Yeah. Everybody always says, well, Man City, they must have broke rules. And don't get me wrong, we're not going to get into the PSR and all that good stuff. But essentially, they, in the last 12 years, as Danny just said, they've spent the exact same amount of money as Manchester United. And one team is flourishing and is about to win their 4th Premiership title, and the other is not quite flourishing.
And I like Luke saying, like Zagorski online, right? He brings some good stuff, but then he's just made an absolutely stupid statement. Ten Hag has not elevated anyone since he's arrived. Are you fucking joking me? Like, literally, you fucking joking. Do you watch fucking Man United or what? Like, Garnacho and Mainu, you absolute tit.
He's a Man U fan.
You telling me that you haven't watched any of these Man United fucking games?
I would say Garnacho's one that's definitely, and Mainu have been elevated because of him. Sure, I'll give you that. But he elevated Rashford last year, right?
Yeah.
But Rashford this year, I don't think there's a lazier player on the pitch.
But Rashford, if Rashford, this is funny. Listen to this. If Rashford was going home to what's her face from Wolf of Wall Street? Give me a name, really quick.
Margot Robbie?
Yeah. If Rashford were going home to Margot Robbie every week, his performances would be outstanding. Literally outstanding. Last season, he was getting engaged. Everything was going right in his life and all that sort of stuff, and he was absolutely on fire. This year, first in pre-season, girlfriend dumps him, and he goes down a spout. Literally, if Marcus Rashford was getting blown by Margot Robbie every week before games, his performances would be fantastic.
This is ridiculous.
Hold on. Is that a transfer we can make happen?
Can we buy Margot Robbie?
I think you're going to need it. Can we actually get that before the Euros, by the way? Because we're going to need him in the Euros.
I wouldn't take him.
I was about to say, that's my next question.
So you're implying,
should we take him?
You're implying that if at home, if he had some more initiative for whatever, is the reason he'll play better?
What I'm saying he goes in spits and spats of mentally great and mentally weak.
Sounds like he needs to work with a sports psychologist.
To your point, he needs to go and take a walk with God.
He does need to take a walk with God. He also needs to leave Man United.
He's at one of the biggest clubs in the world, and he can't perform consistently because of who knows what.
And take Viagra before every game, and you'll be fine, mate.
There's something there. And I'm going to agree with you, Danny. I don't actually think, based on his performances this year and with England, I don't think he should be taken to the Euros.
No, I don't either.
I think he should be left home.
No, I don't either. I don't think Sancho should go. I don't think Rashford should go. I think take Gordon instead of Rashford.
Yeah, for sure. That's another option. All right, let's finish up with some of the Premiership scores here. So obviously we just said Newcastle 4, Tottenham Hotspur 0, Brentford 2, Sheffield United 0, Burnley 1, Brighton Hove Albion 1. Burnley were up 1-0 in this game. Needed Brighton to come back. Manchester City get the job done. 5-1 against Luton Town. Ross Barkley scoring again for Luton Town. I'm telling you, Russ Barkley for me this year, comeback player of the year. I thought his career was over. He's played very, very well.
Made the most of it, right?
He absolutely has. Nottingham Forest 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 2. Reyna playing here, getting an assist in that game. Good to see him playing.
Yeah.
And then the other game rounding out yesterday was, as we said, Bournemouth 2, Man United 2. And then, as we talked about, Liverpool 0, Crystal Palace 1, West Ham 0, Fulham 2.
Wow.
West Ham have had a bad couple of weeks. I think everything runs through that team with Jared Bowen. He is injured at the moment, not playing well.
It's all stacking up, Craig.
Oh.
For Chelsea to bump back down to 11th or 12th.
Oh, I think
it's all happening, dude.
I think you're wrong, my friend.
Are you? Am I?
Because Chelsea tomorrow.
Chelsea could be like in 5th.
Yep. Chelsea tomorrow at home
Against Everton.
against Everton.
Who play spoilers, right? All the time, right?
They do.
Right?
But here's your table. Here's your live Premiership table, my
I'm
friend.
looking at a table right now. I mean, they're tied with my Seagulls right now on 44 points.
No,
Chelsea
hold on,
at 9.
and see the games.
Yep.
See how many games they have in hand.
Yeah, they have 2 in hand. What does that mean? They have to win.
And technically, they're not tied.
No, they could lose those 2 games and still be in 9th.
Yeah.
Or they can win those 2 games
Chelsea-
and be in 5th.
2 games in hand, a better goal difference than Brighton. If they win tomorrow, that'll put them up to 47, so they still wouldn't jump into 8th. But the way West Ham are falling, who have Leverkusen coming up midweek, so that's another game that Chelsea don't have. They can rest. I'm telling you, I think
Fulham's coming up the table, Craig.
Chelsea very well could. You know what their goal is right now? They're trying to nip into 7th. They're trying to take that Man United spot.
Let's use Nate's logic of
Nate logic. Here we
goal
go.
differential. Goal
Yep.
differential.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You got from 6 on down, -1, -6, +3, +2, -5, -2. So one of those teams should probably be prone to move up. That team, that +3, is Chelsea.
Yep.
Because when you look at the goals to the good to the bad, they're +3 when United is -1, West Ham's -6, Brighton's only +2, and Wolves are -5 with Fulham -2. So what does that mean? That they typically score more goals than get scored on them.
That's
and
great,
and
but you
along-
need points
And with
to
2
do that.
games
and that's where you get points for outscoring your opponent.
You do, but when you tie a lot and do things, it just doesn't really in your favor.
And that would be represented in
I
the
am going to
table.
fight to the end that they're going to get 11th or lower. Dang it.
You can wish and hope and bubblegums.
Look at the rest of the table. Look
Yeah.
at the rest of the table.
It doesn't matter, Nate.
The teams
I
that
know what's going to happen.
The teams that have
I
a
know
better goal
what's going to
differential.
happen. Pochettino's going to crap the bed, my friend.
You can say that
Okay.
all you want.
So
but
the teams that have a better goal differential are usually the teams higher up the table.
Sure, but you need the amount of points to get there before you're tied with that.
So the teams with the better goal differentials usually have the most points.
You go by points first, and then it's goal differential.
He's not getting it. Danny, are you getting it?
Not right now, but maybe tomorrow night.
Whoa. Whoa.
Haha.
No, what he's essentially saying, Brooks, is listen. Teams
The
with a
teams
better
with the
goal
most
difference-
points have a better goal differential.
So if they got 2 games in hand. They score
Yeah.
goals. They're going to play Everton.
How many
tomorrow.
more games they still have to play though, where maybe they don't score goals?
They've got 8
Just saying.
games. They've got 8 games.
Just saying.
Listen.
Things
It's
should
been
happen.
a whole season,
Yeah,
and they have a better goal differential
He's
than
sticking
the
to it.
teams above them.
It's called they shit the bed a lot.
I will give Brooks credit. He's sticking with his prediction.
I am.
How are they
I am
shitting
not
the
pivoting.
bed?
I am
Be
not
wrong.
pivoting.
He's going to be wrong.
No, I'm not.
He's literally going to die on that sword.
Yeah, I know.
I am.
Literally.
And when I'm right and all 3 of you are wrong, I'm going
We
to
will all
celebrate.
readily admit it, but I don't
You all got to
I'm
wear lacrosse
calling-
shirts for one episode of the show.
No. I don't wear lacrosse.
I would rather
shirt.
smear honey on my genitals.
You always use this reference all the time. Is
The
this like
man likes his honey.
Is this a common English reference?
Yes.
Okay.
Especially it is when you're talking about lacrosse or some baseball shit analogy.
Yeah, you know.
Did you guys see this past week Ronaldo's red card that happened?
No.
Did you see where he bumped into the player and threw an elbow?
No,
and then
I
he
don't watch that
then he
league.
Did one of these to the referee? Naughty Ronaldo.
What league was that in again?
I don't give an al etifak. That's the name of the team. The Saudi Arabian League with dude. They
They
had
got
like,
bumped out of their own league competition. They lost.
I thought Ronaldo was playing in the MLS now.
No, not yet.
No.
I think he's still waiting to come here due to the legal stuff he's got going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys will notice the new addition that we have to the studio, though.
Yeah, I've got a better one in my house.
Ronaldo? Well,
He does.
I wouldn't buy one with Man United. I only got this one because he was with Juventus. I'm
Yeah.
not buying.
Was he with
a
Man United?
Mine's a no. It's a Man United shirt signed, but then it's got Juventus, Real Madrid, Man United. And
Oh, cool.
Very nice.
Around it.
Nice.
It's
I
about-
still got to frame my.
about 16,000. I heard it appraised.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. Wow.
I still got to frame my Brian Robson signed autograph jersey.
I've got one right there. That's Brian Robson.
So
I gotta frame it.
you know,
That one?
No, mine.
Oh, yeah. Frame it. It's probably worth about 2p.
It's not about.
Hey,
It's about the memories.
mine's a
Yes.
collectible item.
Do you have a cool German signed jersey?
No.
Of anyone? No.
Oh, I do have a full pennant signed by Stuttgart.
Nice.
who?
You know what?
Dean.
Victor's just made a really good point, and this is why I love Victor Jones.
Oh, good lord.
I love him,
Victor.
man. I love him. He
Yeah.
goes,
Yeah.
I did see the red card, and if you're going to get a red card, make it fucking count.
That's
100%. If you're going to get a red card, don't get it with your mouth or gestures. Get it for snapping somebody's freaking leg.
Yeah,
100%.
Like Vinnie Jones?
I'm gonna say
Yes.
Victor's a liar. There's no.
Do you know
way
they're
he
doing a
watched the league.
documentary on him?
Vinnie Jones?
Yes, one of the
That'd
networks
be
is
so
doing it.
badass.
I would love.
I'm
to
looking
watch that.
forward to this because I only know him as the actor from
Oh, he was a-
from Eurotrip.
Have you,
Oh.
seen,
So then he told me about him, and I'm like, oh, he
He was
actually
a
played in the
bully on
EPL.
the field.
have you seen the picture where he's literally grabbing Paul Gascoigne's nuts?
No, that's
Oh my God, what a
Yep.
picture.
Yep.
Brilliant. I should put it in the bathroom.
Yeah, there's a great
look at.
there's a great clip that someone posted on the We Are Soccer Facebook group a couple of months back of I think it was it must have been 1997 Wimbledon versus Manchester United, and Vinnie Jones is kicking the snot out of Eric Cantona and the Man United team, and Roy Keane steps up, and even Roy Keane was like, no,
I'm
I'm
not gonna mess with
Vinnie
him.
Jones was red carded in 10 seconds of off the start of a match.
Yes,
It was right off kickoff.
Yeah.
He flew through a player. Whistle went off. Got instant red card. Out.
yeah, that's Vinnie Jones. I would love to see that documentary. We need to find what network that's on. Hey boys, it is 10 o'clock, and I have promised some fun. Nate, you don't know this, but we got
We
some
don't have
video.
fun on the show.
Oh, we're gonna
We
have some
talk
fun.
statistics and baseball.
We're
And lacrosse.
definitely
And
not
lacrosse.
talking that.
But we're not clowns.
All right.
Lies.
Well,
I know.
We are clowns. We are definitely
We
clowns.
are.
All right. Before we show you the video of Nate that I have been wanting to
Wait
show.
1 second.
Well, what?
Is that a Tim Hortons cup?
That is not. That is not. That is not. That is a Speedway.
All right.
That is a Speedway Cup.
I
you're
almost
gonna-
quit live on
You
air.
got
Yeah.
Speedway cold brew?
What?
You got Speedway cold brew?
Yeah.
Are they good?
Is that good or bad?
I don't care.
Is it
Really
bad?
So,
Starbucks,
so long as it's not Tim Hortons, I would have walked out
All
of
right,
this room.
Let me explain to everybody who's watching. Yes, I had an actual soccer game today. I was playing State Cup. We were up 6-0 at halftime. I waited. I didn't bother starting the second half. We scored another goal. We went up 7-0. I'm like, see you later, boys. I'm going to go prepare for the show. Bullets win 11-0 over some team from Grand Rapids. I don't know. I don't even know why I bothered.
Some of your teammates are watching tonight, by the way.
Yeah, Scott Emmert played well. Good to see him back in the middle of the field playing very well.
Always plays
Matt
well.
Kuntz played well.
Was he doing real estate business while he was playing?
He was trying to, yes. He was
Okay.
negotiating with the other
It's like we've
team.
already won the game. Like, hey, do you need a house? Do you need a house?
Yeah,
like,
he-
oh my god.
But Scott Emmert talks a lot of trash.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does, as Nate knows.
That's why I love him.
The real estate agent that talks trash.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
I like that.
anyway, we were sent a secret video of Nate doing a little activity. We're going to show you that in a minute. But before that, I want to say a big thank you again to our partners, Soccer World. Big thank you to Next Level Training. Big thank you to Thomas McGee's. Big thank you to the Michigan Jaguars and the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. I'm actually meeting with the football doc tomorrow. We got a couple of things we're going to go over.
You're going to check out your balls?
No, it probably needs to, because yeah.
Are you going to turn and cough?
You wish. That's later tonight with you, my friend.
Actually,
All
I
right,
need to see him because my Achilles is really bothering me.
get to the football doc.
I think
He's
I
good.
need to go actually do some.
What are you
PT.
doing? Tell me what you're doing that your Achilles is bothering you.
Mine, since I ran my half marathon last spring, I've had
Oh my God.
horrible
That's a year ago.
plantar fasciitis. It's been horrible, and it's been through my Achilles and my heel.
You're like 23.
Since I did
I
some
know.
physical activity a year ago,
It's been
I am out.
horrible.
I'm out. Oh, my.
Out.
All right, boys. You ready for this? Nate, I'm sorry, but we found these and we couldn't resist.
All right.
This is Nate WWE style wrestling.
All right.
Nate!
Oh, yeah, there I am.
What the hell?
I'm the guy in the red shorts.
Yeah, well,
And I'm getting my ass kicked.
yeah.
Where'd you find this?
No.
That's a secret.
Oh.
What?
Craig's cousin sent it to us. His relative.
One of the relatives.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Did you get me any footage of me not getting my ass kicked? That'd be nice.
There is another piece of footage.
Here's all the footage of Nate getting his ass kicked.
Yeah. I just.
When was this, by the way?
Oh, shit, I don't even know.
Was this
Early
after college?
2000s. No.
I mean,
No,
that's
it's
it's
still college.
Nate. This is. I give you credit for doing this.
Well,
I love it.
what's-
It's you.
we're really cool. The guy, not the guy I'm wrestling, but the guy walking around.
The referee.
No, the guy walking around the
Oh.
shirt who actually couldn't wrestle because he has a broken jaw. He got thrown out of the ring and hit his jaw on the side
Oh shoot!
of the ring and broke it. I was in
Wow.
there. He rolled back into the ring and punched me in the face as hard as he could.
So this was not acting. This was real.
You can't act getting thrown on the ground. I don't
This
know.
is not acting.
So,
I thought that's what WWE
Not
was.
acting. Okay.
No, yeah, the story's out, like the
Yeah.
story and that stuff. But yeah, that's me. That's me hitting the ground. There's no like.
Okay.
It hurts, man. That hurts.
So yeah, he
Yeah.
got thrown out of the ring. He hit
Oh,
his
geez.
jaw, broke his jaw, rolled back in, and
Wow.
like punched me right in the face really hard because he was blinded by pain.
Ugh.
And like, well, anyways, so he couldn't wrestle that match because his jaw's actually wired shut. But
Oh.
fast forward to the point of the story, he actually went on to like be a kind of big time guy. He wrestled for Impact, wrestled for TNA, was like the Impact World Champion. I think
Wow.
he still is. Like, which is good for him because talk about guy who that's all he wanted to do and followed his dream. But yeah, I still just see footage of me getting my ass kicked.
Yeah,
So
sorry, Nate. That's all we got. Footage of you getting your ass kicked.
Awesome. I won that match, and I won like 2 belts in that match. No footage of that.
You want some belts, like black leather belts, so you can
You
wear
have
them
him at home.
No, you give them back.
Ah man.
Wait. None of the me winning the match, just me getting my ass kicked.
Yeah, you with your shirt
Yeah.
off, jumping
Getting my ass
around,
kicked.
getting
I
your
thought
ass
we
kicked.
had one of him winning.
No,
No,
just those
okay.
two.
Because
Yeah.
I did win that match.
I will find the other one you're talking about.
I
will
actually
find
won
that.
the match, so there
We'll
was
find
a
that.
series of, besides me just getting knocked around,
I'll find it. And
coincidentally,
we'll
it's just
post
me
that.
getting my ass kicked.
We'll post that one on the Facebook group. For those guys who aren't a part of it, join our Facebook group, the We Are Soccer Facebook group. I tell you what, I'm entertained daily by the things that are posted on there.
Everyone liked my Greg Berhalter one I posted.
Oh, that was a great one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will post the one of you winning. We were sent a couple of clips. Those are just the two. I posted those. I used those ones here, Nate, because you could definitely tell that that's you.
You know what's funny is like,
Just saying.
you know, you look back on that and like some people be like, oh man, that's when I was in shape.
You're still in shape.
I'm better now than I was back then.
Well, okay. So give
let's
us some,
come out of retirement, baby!
Man.
give us some context. What year was this? When was this?
Early 2000s, I believe. I can't remember the specific year, but yeah, I was right out of high school.
Where was this?
Yeah.
Like, what area of the
You could have
state?
been in the main event of WrestleMania this week.
Yeah, seriously.
Or last weekend.
I wrestled in mid-Michigan, a little bit in Canada, and a little bit in Ohio.
Okay. Well,
Like
what we
2,
actually
3
No wonder why you have a very hatred for Canada. Is that where it stems from?
No, just general.
just general
Okay.
hatred.
Yeah, pride.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
Wow.
Well, what we've actually done is now anybody who's playing against Nate in soccer can ask him about those, and I'm sure Scott Emmert will use that.
Yeah, it's be good stuff. No,
Before he just drops them.
it was
down on the
funny.
field.
Like, so a big initiation, another fun story on that. A big initiation, like when your first pro match, they always do a battle royal, and the new guys just get the shit chopped out of them. And it's a sign of respect. Like, the more you get wailed on, the more that it's kind of weird. The more they
I
accept.
say it sounds kind of
Yeah.
weird. Yeah.
So like I had pictures of like fingerprints like on my chest, like
Wow.
just like from guys just
Grabbing you?
No, slapping me.
Oh, wow.
Chop is a slap,
Yeah.
hand slap.
the
to-
jokes right
Yeah.
now that are coming to me,
Yeah.
this is not
So,
a white
yeah.
family show, but I'm not going to go there.
It's pretty funny, you
Yeah.
know.
Well, Nate, thanks for letting us show that.
Did you
my
break
friend.
any bones doing this?
No, the worst injury I had was I came down on my knee real hard, and apparently you can actually jam your knee like any joint,
Mhm.
and it swelled up to like you couldn't see a knee, and I couldn't walk for a little while.
Wow.
At that moment, that's when I said,
You're
you
done.
know, I was having fun of this. It's starting to turn into a job. I was never going to make a career out of this. It was just something I was doing for fun.
Were you paid?
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
And, you know, my buddy got the guy
Yeah.
who saw got
Yeah.
thrown out of the ring. His jaw got wired shut from breaking it. I'm getting hurt. And I just went, you know, I'm kind of done, kind of over it. I did it. It's a good story. I did it for like 2-3 years, and it's just done.
Yeah.
Over.
Well, no, I get it.
Does your wife know you did this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
she
my kids.
definitely knows. Yeah,
And
yeah.
your kids?
My kids want me to come out of retirement.
Like
Of
Reed?
course they do.
Yeah. I probably think I could.
We should do a celebrity match.
Oh, no.
Wait, we don't have to wrestle. He can.
I don't want to wrestle.
Me and Nate.
You can wrestle.
You can go for
I
it.
can go. I can wrestle.
You can wrestle. Okay, you two can wrestle.
Still got the tights.
Have you wrestled before?
He only wears them on Wednesday nights at home.
I've
Still got the
wrestled a
boots.
little bit.
I feel like back in England, you've boxed.
Yeah, I did.
Underground boxing, street boxing.
Ooh.
I did.
I feel like you can throw a mean right hook.
You want to find out?
I don't want to find out, but yes.
I want to find out you and him though. I want to see if you could throw a meat, but the only way for me to see it is to be conscious. So go ahead and hit.
No.
both.
How about we? I can tag you in a real wrestling match if you want, and you can find out then.
What do you mean?
I can tag you with it.
Why would you do that?
I'll give you a receipt
Why would you give me a receipt?
for some shit you're gonna do to me.
Then I got to shoot on you.
Oh my
Wait,
word.
hold on a second. If we were
I'm
doing
lost,
if we were
Craig.
doing a celebrity wrestling match, who would be the face and who would be the heel?
Oh, for sure.
I would be definitely the heel, right?
No, you would be the face.
Really?
Yeah.
Like I'm the John Cena.
No, yeah, because
The
you're
Cody
good
Rhodes.
looking and tall. I got to be the short asshole. I got to be I'm easily hated. Ask Scott.
Brooks, I am lost into the WWE storylines here and all the
if they
terminology
did this,
they're
if
using.
they did this, I would go watch them. How about you?
like go watch them.
Yeah, like if they
If
they
there was
set up a
beer
match.
sold there, yes, I would.
Of course, there's going to be beer.
I think we should do a celebrity kind of like wrestling match, him and I, and sell tickets.
Hey, I like it.
Will you be
like
the
it.
Red Devils? Ha 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 ha.
Oh, they could wear little horns.
I don't.
Wear little horns, and they could have tails. Yeah, and a little.
Hey, it'd be pretty cool.
pitchfork. Yeah.
I would support you. I know he just wants the beer, but I would be rooting for you.
And the material.
The material.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. More content. Speaking of which, if anybody else has any funny videos of any of the guys here, not me, any of the other guys here,
Victor, where are you?
Victor's-
Like my Sasquatch appearance walking into
Oh my God, Mike! Oh, when you were like an evolution, and he just took the still photo. I was like, what is going on?
yeah, that was brilliant. If anybody, I think we should put it out there. If anybody catches any WAS member in the wild, we need pictures. We need video. Mike,
No one's caught
Baltasa's
me yet.
video
We're
was great.
screwed with referees, so
Yeah.
No one's caught me yet. I'm surprising.
No one's caught you.
I just sit and watch games all the time. I guess I'm not an
I
interesting.
think people are afraid of you. They don't want to post any pictures because they're
Me?
afraid.
Oh.
No one ever likes the quiet guy in the corner who knows what he's going to do.
So I'd be scared of those two.
Why do you think I'm sat by the exit?
Oh, yeah. So you can- yeah.
Just in case he takes out a knife and starts slashing people.
All right.
I'm not a psycho.
All right. We're going to
Hey,
jump.
it's
We're
always
going to
the
talk.
quiet ones, buddy.
We're going to talk champions of Germany. Bayer Leverkusen. Nate, how many games? Is it 43? 43?
It's 43.
43 games in a row. That is just incredible. 43 games unbeaten. Congratulations to Bayer Leverkusen. 5 games left in the season, and they have won the Bundesliga. Brooks, you've got to hit the applause button for me.
Yeah, well,
because this is incredible how they've won and done it.
Yeah.
And who predicted that?
You did, yes.
This guy right here.
You did.
You did.
We have one funny comment just before we move on to everything.
Is it Victor?
No, it's not. It's Katie from Kicking It
Oh,
with Katie
Kicking It with
podcast.
Katie podcast.
Yeah. So first rule of Fight Club: don't talk about Fight Club.
Ooh, this is true.
Yes. So thank you, Katie.
True.
Hold on 1 second.
Has anyone actually got through the whole Katie and Brooks episode
I'm
without falling asleep?
I'm close
No,
to it.
without falling asleep.
I'm close to it.
No, without having to restart it. Like, if you fall asleep, you have to restart it. This is the game.
No.
You can't start from where you fell asleep back. You have to go back to the beginning.
Start from the beginning.
You have to get through the whole thing.
How long is it?
There's two.
It's 2 parts, so it's like 30
parts.
minutes and then like 35.
What are you talking about?
So we're talking about college recruiting, scouting,
He's already falling
Already-
asleep.
I know, I was
He's
already-
already lost.
I was-
He's already
I
done.
was-
Danny, I'm
bunch
sorry.
of stuff.
Sorry.
It's very
Danny.
informational.
Katie had been working so hard.
She
You know how many cups of coffee?
She had been working so hard, and then
I could probably do it if I was sniffing glue.
she's probably like, "What the hell did I just sign up for?" So if you're into a podcast and you really want to see a professional at work, I'd tune on the Kicking It with Katie podcast, specifically the one where she interviews Brooks.
It could be.
To see how hard someone has to work.
It could be. It could be. It could be
I
one of
thought it
those.
was a good conversation. Had some flow going on.
It could be
Come
one
on
of
now.
those. It could be one of those infomercials.
Oh.
It could be one of those infomercials.
Late
for
night.
If you need a natural sleep aid.
All right, I got ambient. I got alcohol.
So I'm the app on the
God,
phone.
I got Brooks Lampier on the podcast. Sorry, Brooks.
That one. I feel like we're missing a market.
We are definitely missing a market. Oh my gosh, got to charge double.
Sleepy Time with
I
Woz
wanna-
presents you Sleepy Time.
I want
So
to come
maybe I
back
should put-
to listening to a professional. Are we not a professional?
No, we're clowns, dude.
Yes, we're a clown.
Bro.
Katie said it was very informative, so she enjoyed it.
Katie.
God bless her heart.
You
She
took
is
words
the
out of my
nicest
mouth.
person I know.
I guess they could.
is-
I guess they can play me in like offices. You know, maybe they make people go to sleep.
Elevator
there.
music.
Yeah, elevator music.
Do you know what? Actually, Jana's actually got me watching the American version of The Office.
Yeah, do you like it?
No, I don't.
No, it's
because
terrible
it
compared to the
specifically
English one.
reminds me of you.
What?
It just does.
What
like,
character?
The characters, like
I love that show, by the way.
what's the guy that's one of the main? Not Steve.
Jim?
No,
Dwight?
the other one.
Dwight?
Actually, he's the good-looking one. Actually, but
That's Jim.
he's boring as shit.
That's Jim.
Absolutely boring. And yeah,
John Krasinski,
she,
who's married to Emily Blunt, who's
yes, I know.
gorgeous.
He's in. Tom
a lucky
Ryan on-
man.
He's in Tom Ryan on Amazon. But
Jack
I was watching,
Ryan.
I was yeah, Jack Ryan is awesome. I was
on.
watching. I was watching it the other day. I was like, oh god, this is Brooks.
Uh,
And I was like, I was out.
Well, I do have very good subtle jokes, so.
subtle.
Yes.
Subtle. Where were we? All right.
Bundesliga.
Leverkusen. 5 games
Yeah.
left. Have won the Bundesliga. Bayern Munich. Goodbye. Harry Kane. No trophies yet.
Yet.
No trophies yet. Yes. Yet.
He isn't winning any
Still-
trophies this season unless it's
Yeah,
a Euro.
I hope he wins the Euros. I think, Danny, you've already made your
Easily.
prediction that you think Arsenal are going to go into Bayern and win there. You sticking with that?
Yeah.
You're sticking with that. Okay. Bayern Munich have shit the bed. I would say, you know what? They haven't.
They haven't shit the
They
bed.
haven't shit the bed. Bayer Leverkusen have just been that fucking
Yep.
good. They've been that good. Xabi Alonso's been there 18 months. He took over in when they were in 17th.
I'd like you to press that button, please, because I don't get it very often. I made that
Applause?
prediction.
Applause? Yeah, yeah.
You
Yeah,
did.
he did.
Congratulations,
He did.
Danny. He predicted Bayer
there.
Leverkusen to
This
win.
is to the left of me is your new Bundesliga expert.
Yep. So now you have to
There you
talk
go.
about everything Bundesliga
Yep.
for 10 minutes.
I have renounced
You,
my
you
title.
can just give me the notes before.
This is we're gonna do in this high school style. I'm doing all the work and I'm handing it over to the good-looking guy
Yep.
to get the A's.
Yep.
Spark
yeah,
notes.
but jump in because
I mean, it's
incredible run.
it's truly a remarkable turnaround by the manager. I mean, first thing for the Leverkusen management to go, hey, this guy has never coached a top level team ever. He's only coached academy teams, and I think he was at Real Sociedad 2 when they brought him over. And to turn it over and just give him the reins and let him do his thing is purely remarkable. The guy came in; they were near the bottom of the table when he came in. He pulled them all the way up out of relegation into safety zone into Europa year 1, and then year 2 he has just done nothing but win and tie, and he's now tied for the team with the most longest unbeaten record right now. I think it was Juventus way back when, like about 6 years ago, and he's tied that now at 43. So It's done and dusted. And what better way for a team that's never in 125 years in all of their existence, and it's been 125 years that this club has existed. They've come four times they've become second.
Yep.
1 year they were actually very close to winning, and they just dropped the ball. And for Munich to be knocked off their table, for the 13th team in the league to actually win a title. Yes, other teams have won it outside of Munich, but for someone to upend Munich's dominance, you know what? It was nice that it wasn't, honestly, a Dortmund or even a Leipzig. It was a team that has gotten close, who has never really won it, and did it kind of the right way. Put together a good team that just went out there and win it. And you know what's funny is they played West Ham, and so I had a bunch of West Ham fans watch that Leverkusen probably for the first time ever, or Premier League fans, and go, holy shit, this team's really good. This team, literally held the ball in West Ham's half, basically,
70%,
for 90 minutes.
73% of the possession or something like that. It's incredible.
And just, held it there. Now, hopefully, my worry is that they're going to have a little, post-party hangover, and this is where you're going to really see management class at its finest, because if Xavi can take this team and rally them back up and turn it around within 4 days and keep them focused, they should beat West Ham.
I'm going to say right now, Xabi Alonso is going to turn that team in the next couple of days, and they are going to beat West Ham 2-0 or 3-0. I think they will do it. Now, I do want to say really quickly, I don't know what I'm more impressed with, to be honest, the 43 games unbeaten or the fact that he is staying for another year.
Yep.
He has turned down Liverpool where, and there's no qualms about it. That is a huge, huge club and a huge job. And any manager in the world is going to want to take a hold of that position at Liverpool. He has said no.
Munich.
I have no doubt Barcelona came knocking.
Munich
I have no doubt Bayern Munich came knocking. He's turned it down and say, I'm staying here, and I'm going to do this again for another year.
Why
Now,
would you leave, though?
what?
Why would you leave?
He's got complete control.
Now, agree. He's got complete control, but we all know that Carlo Ancelotti signed a 1-year deal at Real Madrid. So he signed a deal. I think he could be out next year, depending on how things go. And who's the best manager in the world right now? Xabi Alonso. You can't turn down Real Madrid if they come calling.
You'd have to be insane not to throw money at him if you had a
Right.
position. And okay. I know a lot of people go, well, the Bundesliga, anyone can win it. Okay, sure. Anyone can win it if you're managing Munich, but he's on pace with the same amount of points that Pep Guardiola had when he had that Munich All-Star team.
Wow.
And it's, again, he had smart transfers that he had.
Yeah.
Granit Xhaka.
Granit Xhaka was a little bit of an outcast.
What a goal he scored.
Yeah, what a golazo. He's outcast at Arsenal where they couldn't wait to get rid of him. A player who red card after yellow card, after silly foul, after penalty, causes them to lose points, steps in for Bayer Leverkusen as Xabi Alonso and is just the center.
So it's not just it's not even the winning and the manner they're winning and how they're winning. It's even the players that they brought in. Tell us over from Southampton, who is a nobody. Jaap Stanstic actually is on a loan from Munich. He brought this guy in. He's got to go back to Munich. Do you think that guy wants to go back?
Hell no, he don't.
Victor Boniface from Union St. Gallen for $21 million, who's scores and has an assist every time he plays. He's just been injured for a while. The Zaka we already called. Jonas Hoffman, who they brought in. Gurmelo, who got from free from Benfica, who's been phenomenal. I think he had at one point 10 goals, 10 assists. He has more than that. So it's like the players he brought in not only have worked, but have absolutely all performed above and beyond than what he's wanted. He has elevated the team. He has elevated players.
And that's what a great manager does. He takes an average player and gets everything out of him, squeezes the last piece of energy out of him. So, Brooks, you were going to say something. I've been waiting a minute to let Brooks say something.
Well, my question was for you, Nate, was, I mean, the Bundesliga is a tough league to win, obviously, but, how many non-German managers have won the league?
Not many.
Not many.
Not many. I don't know the exact number, but no, not many.
For someone like Xabi to come in and just do that in his, so quickly.
Do it with the team that's not one of the top 4 or 5 teams at the time.
Exactly. They don't have the money like Bayern Munich does or Dortmund.
Nope.
So that's the impressive part.
Yeah, I'm going to give this, and I'm going to bring this all back to me as I usually do because, I have a big ego.
It's all about you.
It's all
Craig.
about me. It's all about me. Welcome to the show, fellas.
Okay. That's what Victor told me.
The 43-game unbeaten streak is, I don't care what league you're playing
All
in.
competitions.
I don't care who you're playing against. I played a couple of years ago, 10 years ago now, in a 6v6 indoor league. I had an All-American on my team who was absolutely phenomenal. I had another former Division I player who was absolutely phenomenal. I had a goalie who was 6'3", absolutely phenomenal. We ran through people, win, and then occasionally we'd shit the bed and lose. And afterwards we'd all look at each other and go, how the hell did that just happen? Did we not show up today? What just happened? Did we get overconfident? You'd win 8, 10, 12 games, and then you'd lose one. Even with an All-American former MLS player, even with a Division I athlete that we had, we were studs.
Was that Greg Janicki?
No, it was not. Travis Roy. This is about 15 years ago.
Sure, okay.
But 43 games unbeaten in all competitions, playing against teams from across Europe and in the Bundesliga, which is a top 3 league in the world.
How many is it in the league?
43! 31. 31 unbeaten.
All right, how
31
many games
unbeaten.
left this season.
6.
I mean, Kale Washman.
5.
SIU.
Sorry, 5 games.
Yeah. I mean, Kale Washman SIU this past year
36.
was 16-0-1. They lost the tournament,
So he's
but I mean that's impressive.
he's got to win out. He's got to remain unbeaten. He's got to remain unbeaten for the 5 games that are left.
That's
And then he's
just
gotta-
the German. That's just the Bundesliga game.
Right,
too.
but
Yeah.
then,
Mhm.
he's got to remain unbeaten for the remainder of the season, and then go into next season and remain unbeaten for 14 to break Arsenal's record of 49.
I don't know.
If you're just counting league games, because you also have the
Yeah.
Pokal and you also have the
It
Europa.
was just league games, Arsenal.
Yeah,
It was
the
49
Invincibles,
out,
yeah.
49 and out the Invincibles.
And then
Oh, wow.
was it Man United who beat
Man
them on
United
the
beat
50th?
them, on the 50th game, yeah.
I mean the Invincibles. What a team! What a team that was! Incredible.
I mean,
Yeah, one
They've
tier
won-
Henry played for them.
Yes, sir.
they've won 2 top flight, cups, the Pokal in 92 and the Europa League in 87. And they also won, League 2, whatever, in 78. They're on pace right now because they're in the final of the Pokal. They're playing a Division 2 team, so they should thump them. And then they're still in the Europa, and that's still a chance. I do think this West Ham away game does have me a bit worried.
I don't know.
It does for me, but it just we'll see, and then we'll go from there. But they have the chance of winning 3 top. He has the chance of actually having won the most top flight trophies in the team's history in 1 year.
Wow, that's crazy. I mean, ask any other manager if they've ever done that before. I can't name one.
Basically a legend right now.
Yeah.
So
Especially with like,
They've already named a street after him, haven't they?
they should.
Yeah.
They should name everything after him at this point.
they should.
So
I mean, maybe Spain you could do that with a team or something, but depending on if you can play well enough to beat Barcelona and Real Madrid.
I think there are very few managers who
Yeah.
can go, hey, I won the most top flight trophies, with my team that they've ever done in their history.
But with not the team that spends the most money.
Right.
That's the crazy
It's
part.
general.
Is because, no matter how you twist it, it's just, it's just the team that can spend the most can win the most.
Yeah. All right, Nate, jump in. Let's talk. I'm going to show the Bundesliga table here. if you could.
Oh!
Here's the Bundesliga table. Bayern Leverkusen finished number 1.
That's the
Finished
story of the
number
day right now.
1. They are incredible.
Stuttgart thumped the hell out of Frankfurt.
Yeah, Stuttgart, man, up there, tied for second. They're only behind Bayern Munich because of goal difference.
Yep.
Plus 33 goal difference, by the way.
And-
Incredible.
And I'm predicting, we'll see, but I'm predicting a lot of parity still with this league, like Brooks likes.
Yeah.
Because you have
Parity.
parity. Because right now, Munich's a dumpster fire. Nobody knows who actually is going to take. They're talking about bringing in Nagelsmann.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's the rumor.
Back.
But
A year ago, we
but-
fire you.
but
Come on
it's
back.
all new executives and all new front
That's
office,
fine.
right? They got rid of everybody, and I do think that Nagelsmann is a good coach. I
Yeah,
think
he is.
I think it could be a really good situation for him.
But then you have
I think he's going to go back.
You have the 2 money clubs still, which is outside of them, which is Dortmund and
Leipzig.
But now you have the 2 best run clubs in the in the table,
Leverkusen
which is
Stuttgart.
Leverkusen Stuttgart. Thank you. And both those managers are staying. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. I don't think it's going to be easy for a team to go on the run that they have, at least in the past. We'll see. I mean, it's just interesting times for the league.
Well, we're stacking up here. Here's the table again. Incredible run.
I guess my question is, do they go out and get outside managers that aren't German?
Who's they?
Bayern and Dortmund.
Bayern and
It's
Dortmund?
not likely they do that. They usually stick with German guys.
I think Nagelsmann ends up.
Bayern will be an interesting thing because I think they're going to fire the manager at the end of the year.
Sure.
Who?
Not Bayern. Sorry, Dortmund.
Dortmund. Yeah, Dortmund. You told us that the other day. Yeah.
I think they're
Tadic.
because Tadic is just underperforming all over the place, and I don't think there's a good German manager ready to slide in. We'll see, but
What's old Hansi Flick doing?
he's too old, man.
Is he?
Or no, he's open, but.
No.
Not Hansi Flick. I thought you were talking about somebody else for half a second. Hansi Flick's a new, interesting one because apparently he hired a new
Tadic
agent.
needs to be fired based on the way he's set up to play in his Champions League game against Athletic.
I
mean, are you kidding me?
So
Passing the ball around like that in the back, making mistakes against a team that's going to press you to death?
you cannot
Silly.
you cannot spend the
Silly.
money that Dortmund has spent, which they spent a ton of money the last 2 years,
Yes.
and finish fifth.
Does one Jose Mourinho make sense for Bayern?
I don't know if he would do the Bundesliga.
He's very strict, which they've always been a club like that. He can get certain players. He has a style. He knows what he wants.
I don't see
You know?
him. I don't see him at Bayern. I see them
one?
picking the next manager who's going to be there for a good 3,
Okay.
4, 5 years, and that's not a Jose Mourinho.
Bayern have been the team in Germany for so long that this year with Leverkusen being in the Pokal and winning the Bundesliga, it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
It's going to really hurt. And what happens when big clubs get hurt? They typically go out and make a big statement. So,
You don't think the Jose Mourinho idea is a bad one? It could happen.
It might.
They made a big statement by spending $100 million on Harry Kane last year, right?
It might.
And that
Jose Mourinho's coached Harry Kane.
It might. I mean, it just depends on what Nagelsmann wants to do.
And Eric Dyer.
Does he really? I mean, does Nagelsmann want to really come away from the German team?
He doesn't actually. What they're saying is he wants a decision. He's actually kind of trying to force the German hand. He's saying make a decision going into your Euros of if I'm your guy or not. And so that's the report is that Nagelsmann is actually using the Bayern opening and their interest to kind of force the DFB Pokal to make a firm decision on him going into Euros, which then that puts them in a little bit of a rock and a hard place because he has been doing well, and it's like you don't want to months before your tournament.
Yeah, disrupted, right?
Well, you don't want months before your tournament your coach to
And it's your
jump and
host
take a
on
job,
which you're hosting.
which you're hosting to jump and take a job over. So they might be forced to pull the trigger to at least give him a permanent deal. Whether they honor it to the end is a different story, but they could be stuck in a rock and a hard place in fear of losing their coach if Bayern's really going to do it.
They've talked about what? They've talked about Nagelsmann. They've talked about Ralf Ragnick coming back.
I don't think he's
from
gonna come
Austrian
back.
team.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Jose Mourinho's not a bad shout. He's out of football. You know, me personally, just based off the stuff that I've heard over the past couple of months, I think Mourinho will end up in Saudi Arabia somewhere.
I think so. Yeah, he's been having
He'll go for the
meetings out
lots
there.
of money.
He's
been
having
hanging
some
out there.
meetings. Yeah, he's been hanging out.
Is it the national team or one of the club teams?
One of the club teams.
Club team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have a feeling that Nagelsmann ends up back at Bayern. I think the way he was fired last time with the rumors of him and the reporter and then the executives, the way it ended, I think he ends
The
up
executives
back
are
there.
gone as well now, aren't they?
Everything's
Yeah.
gone. It's all new.
You know, so
Yeah.
it's all brand new. So I mean, maybe there's somebody in the organization that doesn't feel like his job was, done. You know.
So Nate, have you fully bought in? Now we'll put the table back up. Have you fully bought in that that's it? Stuttgart are now in the Champions League.
Nope.
You bastard! Come on.
Nope.
Thought it
It's
was
like you with Villa.
I mean,
Nope,
well, the points are a lot closer with Villa than they are with
if
Stuttgart.
they win against Bremen, which they should, and depending on what happens, because they got to play Leverkusen and Munich still. Okay, so they have 2 games that are really tough. But if they win against Bremen, I'm feeling confident that if they lose against Leverkusen and and Munich, then they have enough points to stay up and be fine. The problem is Dortmund's 56 and Leipzig's 56, so it gives them about a 9-point wiggle room, right?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So if that 9-point wiggle room disappears, they're in trouble. You know, actually not even 9, right? It's 7. So I'm looking at Leipzig and Munich or Leverkusen and Munich as possible losses. So that means they need to get results everywhere else. So it's really going to come down to what they do against those two teams, if they can get results with ties or just ties, because I think that's going to be tough. Stuttgart going into Leverkusen, and then Munich going to Stuttgart. Maybe they can pull out a tie. So we'll see if they get through. After they get through that, then I'll let you know. Yeah. But that's of course it depends on what Leipzig and Dortmund do. But they have a tougher set of matches. And I will say Leipzig and Dortmund have to play each other, so that's going to be a tough game in 2 weeks. So it's literally going to come down to how does everything look at May 10th, and then I'll give you my answer.
Oh, typical.
No, because I still got 2 more matches after May 10th, so I can give you my answer after May 10th.
Yeah, all right. I do have a couple of. We're going to talk Champions League in a couple minutes. In a couple minutes.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
No, It could be a shoe-in because they get the extra Champions League spot, then it doesn't matter because if they drop to 5th, they're still in.
Hey!
I hope you're wrong on that. I hope you're wrong. I need the
Just
extra.
saying. You don't need anything. You're
need the
4th.
extra
You're
Champions
good.
League
You're good,
spot.
buddy.
I need the extra Champions League spot.
No,
in
for
England.
who? For who? Why?
Just in case.
No, you don't. You're fine. You're 4th. You're good. You're good.
You've won things.
You
Let
won.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
They need it.
Yeah, we need it.
We've
You need to pass it off, Craig.
Yeah.
Champions of Europe is what it says right there.
Yeah, we had like 6 Champions League spots 2 years ago.
Don't
So
leave that shirt lying around.
You gonna wear it too, huh?
No.
Ah.
No, I've got a nice big fat shit brewing. I'll use it as toilet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thought you were all
You know
in
what?
on Villa.
I think he would actually take it and wear it at home late at night in front of the mirror.
Not to be that guy, but it is 10:30. Do we have any ads we're supposed to run?
Some what?
Any
It's
ads?
10:30. Are we supposed to run any ads?
Yeah.
Run an ad?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
Well,
it's
all
How
important.
do you keep this place afloat, Greg?
I know this is
Yeah.
true. We are going to be talking Champions League. Nate, you made a comment in the Facebook group the other day.
What about the
We're
Europa League?
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Europa League. We're going to talk a little MLS because Messi, I'm sorry, is doing it again, Brooks. The guy is phenomenal, and I think I may be on par with saying-
Monterrey shut him down. pretty
Monterrey
well.
did.
Well, all the Mexico teams
Suarez.
shut all of them down.
Didn't really shut him down though, did he? 'Cause
Yeah.
he scored a 30-yard worldie. So if you shut him down, he's not scoring the worldie.
Suarez is going to be the MVP or the Golden Boot. I'm not sure which it is. All right, we are going to be right back right after this talking Champions League, and we're going to question Nate on his comment.
Hi, Brooks. We're at our favorite store, Soccer World in Rochester. We're just going to do some light shopping. Nothing big. Ooh, pretty colors. Oh, and one of these too?
Ooh, Germany. Nate would like this.
Hey, Brooks, look at all these. Look what I got.
Club America. Ooh. Wow, that's not MLS. Ugh.
Socks? No.
Ooh, a ball pump.
Next in line.
Sir, you're next.
Right. That's a mannequin. You know that.
Huh? Oh,
Mannequin.
oh. Sorry, sir.
Craig, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Huh?
All right, we're going to talk Champions League. This past week, Tuesday and Wednesday, some of the best games I think I've ever seen. Normally, these big games, as we call them, the Arsenal versus Bayern, the Man City versus Real Madrid, you go in with all the high hopes and it lets you down. You get a little bit, both teams are playing for a draw or they're afraid to come out of their shell. Absolutely not the case. what was it? 3-3, 2-2. Unbelievable. We had 10 goals in 2 games. The away goals rule now has been changed. That is not happening anymore, so it doesn't matter how many goals you score in the away leg. And I, for one, when it first was changed, said, this is ridiculous. What are they changing it for? But now I love it. I absolutely love that they changed it. Danny, you look like you want to say something, buddy.
It's forced teams to go and play their normal way. You know,
Yeah.
like if you go away, when United were in their heyday of going away in Europe, and they'd go away to like the San Siro, or they go away to the Camp Nou or Turin, watch Juventus, and they'd be 1-0 down at halftime and come back and score in the second half at 1-1, and then they'd shut down and park the bus in a way. It's just be happy to take a 1-1 back to Old Trafford and win it there.
Yeah.
And now it's forced teams to come out and play, and you saw that with the Real Madrid Man City game. It was just end to end.
Oh,
it was absolutely incredible, and some of the goals in that game were just off the charts.
I mean, just incredible. You're right.
Yeah, it was a really good week of European football. Actually, Leverkusen played well against West Ham. It was good.
Just stunning football all around for the week. Nate, did you want to jump in and say anything there?
Sure.
I mean, you don't have to.
Yeah, I mean, the West Ham game proved why you guys are wrong, because they sat there and parked the bus because they're so afraid to play away. But I'd ask you guys, is it easy or hard to play an away match at a game like a San Siro or some of these odd places?
It's incredibly hard.
Oh, okay.
Obviously.
So goals should count for nothing there? About the same? It's all the same?
Yeah, I like the new format because we now get to see teams trying to go and play, and
Except for when they get stuck in because they don't want to.
but that's how West Ham play a lot of the time. That's how they play.
I think
you
took something that meant something. Just play it on neutral ground then. Do one match.
No, you can't play it on neutral ground.
Why not?
I like
Why
the
not?
two
No,
games.
why can't you? Why can't you play it?
Because
you
that's
tell
not
me why
fair.
you can't.
That's not fair to the fans. That's
Fair
not
to
fair
what
that's
fans?
not
You can
fair to
have
the
them all come in.
fans.
It's neutral.
The fans want to be at home. They want to see their team at home.
Home matches don't matter, though.
They want
You
that
just
atmosphere.
Take it away.
Do you not think that West Ham didn't play? I mean, West Ham rarely parked the bus at home anyway.
They parked the bus big time. Yeah.
Right, but don't you think that was more respect for the opponent than it was anything else?
I don't know. I have to ask the manager.
I would say
You can call him if you want. I've got noises in
Villa
there.
went to West Ham a couple of weeks back, and West Ham parked the bus. West Ham sat back and let us have possession. Now, I think that was one out of respect for Villa, but Villa liked to do some counterattack, so they tried to counter that, the objective.
West Ham are also a counter-attacking team as well.
Exactly. And they were without one of their best counterattacking players. Jared Bowen was injured.
Right.
So sit in, counterattack. We don't have one of our best players. Let's just limit the damage and see if we can get home. But, Nate, more games equal more money and more fun.
The fact that Atalanta went to Liverpool, scored 3 goals on them, and Liverpool could come in and score 3 goals on them, or 4 goals on them.
But even if you had the away goals
It
rule,
only counts as
And,
one.
and Atalanta scores a 1, and Liverpool doesn't get the win then?
But even with Atlanta's 3 away goals, if Liverpool had gone to if Liverpool go to Atalanta and score 3 goals, it doesn't really matter anyway.
Yeah, and then if Atalanta score 1, then they win.
Right, but it only counts as 1.
Yeah. But if they score 4 and Atalanta
Only counts
scores
as one.
1, it goes into added time. It's just
The 3 goals only come into play if Liverpool score again in Atalanta.
It's. I think you took something that meant something and made something different and altered it for nothing.
I love the fact that teams like Bayern Munich can go into Arsenal and try play, but then at home they're going to still try play. They're going to try no matter where they're at, they're going to try play their game, and they're not going to alter their game. And I think
it's
you
a
get
bit
to
of
see
a cop-out.
better play.
I think it's a bit of a cop out to say that because you don't know what the manager is looking at and what he's deciding to do there.
Sure.
He might take a risk and go, "We're just going to go at it," depending on the team.
But you can't argue the last 2. You can't argue really the last 2 years of Champions League and Europa League games have been more exciting than years past by taking that rule out.
I don't think there's been any difference in them, in my opinion.
No, I
don't
think
think there's
I think this
Excitement level and the
I think-
goals and
I think
Yeah,
you
this
still got
week-
goals. You still got excitement. I'm sorry. I think it's equal.
Whoa! I think
Oh.
this week alone proved that the new format is way better.
Proved what?
Yeah, that there's more
You
goals.
have
there's
2
more
games
fun,
that
there's
basically
teams
essentially
going
meant
at it.
something. Nothing. Sorry, you have 2 games that basically meant nothing.
I didn't mean that. What do you mean? The whole sport's meaningless. Let's be honest, right? I
What?
mean, it's entertainment. It's all entertainment. That's what this is. It's football's entertainment. They're meaningless games
So
in the end,
basically,
right?
Arsenal Munich is 0-0, and City and Real Madrid is 0-0. Your two biggest matches are going into 0-0.
I agreed, but we did get to see 10 goals scored out of the two matches, and teams are.
I'm sorry,
up,
if you
down.
want a lot of goals scored, turn on basketball, I guess. For me, I think there's more to the sport than just running around on the field and thumping things in. But I don't know.
Thumping things in.
Yeah.
Those 6 goals that were scored in Real Madrid, Man City. Were
That's cool. Why don't you?
amazing.
You know what?
Yeah.
You're right. We should make. You know what? We should make the field smaller and then the goals bigger.
And put 'em in
really
ice. And put it on ice.
Americanize it so we can really have some bangers and some neat stuff because everyone likes goals.
He's the only one who disagrees with it. He's the only one. I love it.
Am I the only one,
Love it.
Brooks?
I think he does it on purpose.
Am I the only one,
Don't you
Brooks?
dare agree with him because you
Brooks
don't know.
doesn't-
I thought the aggregate.
Hold on,
goal
what are we
thing-
discussing?
The aggregate. What the hell?
Did you
I
just
thought-
wake up from it?
Hello.
minute.
I thought the aggregate goals.
He's watching baseball on the
The
computer.
aggregate
I know.
goals made the tournament unique and different, and you took
Why?
it away
Why? Why did it make it different in unit?
because it made an away team coming in and scoring an away goal more meaningful. That's why. And you don't have that in the other tournaments that are going around with the other teams.
It also made the games boring.
I don't think it did. I'm sorry, I don't think it did.
I'm in agreement with Danny. I think they made it boring.
Okay,
and
well,
now
you know
we've
what? You're right. Soccer's just too low scoring. We should do things by 7 and open up those goals, and shorten the fields, guys, because just too boring, those 1-0 games.
if
Well,
you-
Nate's made this rant before. Remember, it's on our YouTube page. We have Nate clipping out on. Yeah.
So tell me.
Yeah.
So tell me, has VAR made the game more interesting
Oh,
or
God,
boring?
don't give
That
me-
is completely
Ugh.
different.
How is it?
It's totally different.
How is it?
You're talking
Or
about,
you're reviewing calls.
you guys are saying, yeah, that's our call review.
Yeah.
You guys are saying, well, look, there's more goals, so it's more exciting. And I'm going, no, there's a strategic part of the game that you guys are absolutely missing here. I think you're overlooking that aggregate goals make this different. And if you want to go with more goals is more fun, then you're just like every other American dude going,
Pretty
why are the fields so big? And they should just, play 7 aside with boards, and then the games will be 20 to. You're in, aren't you?
I mean, listen, you make a good point because
That's the argument.
Can we
That's
get
the
a
argument
three-point
that all
line?
these people make. That's the argument that everyone makes. Oh, 1-0 game is boring. It's just boring.
Even before,
Bullshit.
Even
It's not
before,
boring.
Even before they pulled the aggregate, there were still 3-3 games. There were still 2-2 games. There were
Oh,
still
great!
4-4
Then you
games.
did nothing. Sweet. You just
No, they just took away an advantage.
and you should have that advantage as
Why?
an away team. Why not? We just agreed it's harder to go into an away side as an away team to go in and have to play in these hostile stadiums in Europe. It's massively harder than to be the home team. And that's why you play a 2-legged home and away. And that's why I thought our aggregates, for a team to be able to score there is good.
Okay, by that fucking demographic then,
Okay.
let's just make it, if you score 1 goal, it's really 2.
How does that make any sense?
Because you're doing the same thing.
No, you're not.
The away goals rule, it counts as more, or the away goals rule,
You-
it
you'd
gives
have-
somebody an
you would have a
advantage. So if
better
you score a
argument-
goal, then let's just make it 2 to make it interesting.
like
now you're
playoffs.
just
Give
being
somebody
silly.
an advantage.
Now you're just being silly. Now you're just trying to use my argument against me. And
Well,
that
I am
one-
trying to use your
No,
argument.
It doesn't
against
make
you,
any
'cause it's
sense.
full of shit.
It doesn't make any sense. It's not full of shit. Why even have a home and away? Just do neutral ground then. Just have one game. Players play too much, don't they? Don't they? That's what you guys always say, don't they? So just do one game then. Have it neutral. Because guess what? Arsenal and Munich, fuck all. City, Real Madrid, fuck all. 0-0.
Were you not
Entertainment.
entertained? Those were the most
You know what? I'd be
games
more
ever.
entertained going, oh, wow. Arsenal and City have hills to climb up now. Or actually, it'd be Arsenal and Madrid because of the away goals scored. I'd be more entertained
but now
there.
what you would
How are they
have-
going to work that one?
Wait, hold on. Now what you would have is Man City going back to the Etihad
Yeah.
and sitting in.
They're
And
no,
they're
they have two away.
they
Okay.
said we went to Real Madrid.
And then you have an all-out attack of Real Madrid.
No.
Sweet. That sounds entertaining
But
as
that's-
hell.
but that's-
wow,
no, it doesn't.
I just watched a Leverkusen match like that and ended up 2-0.
It doesn't sound entertaining.
I was entertained as hell
Man
watching West
City?
Ham sit back.
Man City sitting in.
Yeah, that
That's
was
not-
that was
that's not a
Leverkusen
normal
West
game.
Ham. Then West Ham put on a defensive masterclass and it was entertaining as hell. So don't you tell me that it wasn't entertaining because I was entertained by that match.
So now okay. Arsenal
Next one, go ahead.
Arsenal Bayern Munich.
Yeah,
away goals rules in play.
All right.
What are Bayern Munich going to do when they come back home this week? What would they do?
I don't know. If I was a coach, I'd say nick one in because we need to actually still win this.
Nick one in when
Nick one in
with Arsenal's goal scoring record.
Yeah.
Play.
I'm not afraid of their forwards.
Play. You're saying so. You're pretty much saying play defensive, Bayern. Sit back and then try to nick a goal.
No, not absolutely not.
Boring. Bayern shouldn't be ever sitting.
Never said that.
They nick a goal.
I said nick one in, and then we'll see what happens.
We're gonna go back to the other one. Man City come back.
I like how you're flip flopping because you don't like what I said, but go on.
I guess define boring soccer because counterattack.
I just said West Ham who sat in.
No.
For 90 minutes. Hold on.
Yeah.
I just said West Ham for 90 minutes sitting in against Leverkusen was a hell of an interesting match.
Yeah.
I found it incredibly interesting to watch West Ham put on a defensive masterclass and try to come out with.
They lost 2-0.
When did the goals happen, Craig?
They lost 2-0.
When did the goals happen,
They
Craig?
sat in. They
When
never
did the
went
goals
forward.
happen?
They had 27% of the possession.
Yeah. And I thought it was an amazing game to watch.
It's boring.
Just depends what style of soccer you. If like sitting in and counterattacking, there's a very art to that, and I think that could be very creative and
I
entertaining.
thought West Ham pulling off save after save after save in a defensive masterclass of packing it in was entertaining as hell.
No team should be given an advantage for scoring a goal away from home ever.
Yeah, this is just every
Why
single
not?
game by its own.
Because they don't. In the Premier League, you play 38 games home and away. So by your definition argument there, then when Man United play
Is
at
the Champions
Anfield-
League the Premier League?
No, when Man United play away at Anfield, then they get an advantage.
Is the Champions League the Premier League?
No, it's not.
Okay, thank you.
But they
I
still
guess
play
I
home and
rest
away,
my
but-
case.
But no team should be given an advantage for scoring away from home.
And I don't ever want to see one of the biggest clubs in the world go, we just scored 3 goals away from home, so when we get home, we're just going to sit in. We're just going to sit in.
You're assuming that's what they said. They have, if they score
seen
3
it in the
away
past.
goals,
That's
but if
what
they
they
score
did.
3 away goals, they have more of a flexibility to go forward because they have the goal of an aggregate advantage
True.
to get that extra goal.
So you keep saying the word advantage. Advantage.
For the away team, yes.
Advantage.
Yeah, for
advantage.
the away team.
Name another sport that's got an advantage in it.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
sorry, I
every
didn't
game
know
is-
that.
No, hold on a second. Hold
you're
on a
right.
second.
You're
Don't
right.
talk shit.
No, you're right.
Name
You're right.
another sport
No.
that has an advantage in it.
You are right.
Can't.
You have won this argument, Danny.
Thank you.
We should make soccer
Can we-
like
can we
every
move
other.
on?
No, let me
Can we move on
finish.
now?
No, let me finish. Just like you said, and every other American says, let's just make soccer like every other sport. Let's shorten the field because it's too long. Let's make the goals bigger, and let's do it by 7
we
because
put
no
boards on
other
it,
sport
boards on
does it like this. That's great. Let's be like every other sport. Good job, buddy. You just won my argument for me. Next case.
No,
I
I
don't-
didn't.
You just said
didn't-
it.
You just didn't win an argument.
No, you just did. Because that was my whole point, that the aggregate goals made this tournament unique and different.
Who said
among
let's shorten
other
the
ones.
field?
That was my whole point. That
who
that
said
is
let's shorten the
every
field?
person that bitches about soccer and the way it's played
The length
says
of
that.
Old Trafford is different than the length of Anfield. So
All right, it's over your head. Anyways, so
Well, I want to know what the viewers think. Should the away goals advantage have been gotten rid of? Or should it be kept?
should have been kept. Thank you.
no, they should not be kept.
Should have been kept.
I think
No
we've got-
team should be given an advantage scoring away from home. Shut the fuck up.
We've split here. We got 2 against 2.
Danny inadvertently agreed with me. earlier.
against
I
2.
don't think he did. But
I'm more for I'm more for playoffs, just like one and done.
Son of a bitch!
No 2
someone
legs.
mute that guy's microphone. Mute his microphone. You're out.
I'm more for that. You
All
know,
right, so
one and done.
All right, we're gonna get to the Wrexham bit in a little bit. We got about 10 minutes left. But
Why?
I do want to.
Why?
That's why I want to get.
Because
to
they're
it.
awesome.
That's why I want to get to it.
Shut the front door.
Hold on,
Why?
ladies. Hold on. We'll get to it.
Are we sponsored by Hulu?
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
We had what is his name? Ryan Reynolds gin here one time. You brought in the aviation.
gin. I think
He
we
has a
got it.
damn good fine gin.
It
Yeah,
is.
I got it back here. It's in the. You can't really. Yeah, you can kind of see it back there. All right. Well, before we get there, listen, Nate. How would you feel if at the end of a game, let's say we'll take the Villa game today. The Villa game. Okay. Time expires. The game's over. Almost. Villa are up 2-0. Right. 2-0. Follow me along here. But the game doesn't end. The game must end with a goal. So Arsenal must win 3-2.
Like the 7v7
Or-
tournament.
Shut the fuck. Well, God, you ruined it.
Did I just ruin it?
You ruined it. Jesus Christ.
Ah! This
All right.
is what you want.
No, I want your
This
thoughts.
No, I
This is what you want the sport to be.
No, I just want the game
Hold
to
on,
be
we're
normal.
gonna talk.
I love that style, by the way.
By taking away the away goals rule,
you
I
see
want
what-
the game to be
see
normal.
what
I don't
these-
want to listen to Brooks's mystical, fucking stupid theory about playoffs and 7v7 goals and
Just give us a moment.
It's not a
being short.
theory.
Just give us a moment.
whatever shit that comes out of his
Do you
mouth.
see what's happening here? You see what they did? Do you see what we're dealing with now? You gotta.
Yes, we're dealing with clowns.
Sometimes you gotta just be an old man, and you can't give up the old man stuff. Okay. All right.
man stuff.
You just gotta. This is the way I was born with it. This is how I like it.
Okay.
You mean you traditionalist?
Nate,
Traditionalist.
Nate, it's the first time I've been back on the show for a few weeks since
miss you.
my tour and with the clownings.
I'm getting lost in your
and all that
eyes.
sort of stuff. I'm going to agree with you. Let's just bring back the aggregate goals. Let's just bring it back. Bring
Start
that
in your
motherfucker. Bring
head.
that motherfucker back. Just
Well,
bring
we
it
can,
back.
we can bring that back, but no games now in.
We're back.
I do like your idea with taking that semis, and that's interesting.
Games would never end in the Premiership or 11v11, by the way.
What are you
But-
saying now?
So the 7v7
They've never watched it, so there you go.
7v7 tournament
No, I watched
that's
soccer.
being played in Cary, North Carolina. We know that Pat McAfee has now signed up a team, right?
Mm-hmm.
J.J. Watt, a partial owner of Burnley, is taking a team. Kun Aguero has a team.
Yep.
It's $1 million.
Nani's got a team.
Nani has a team.
Mhm.
7v7. It's being played again. This will be the second year in a row. Kent Dempsey had a team last year. The women's national team had a team and all this, right? It was phenomenal. I actually really liked it.
I loved it.
I
It
thought
was great.
Nate, you do not like it, huh? Oh, boy. It's another form of soccer, guys.
It is. It's an interesting. It's an interesting form of
It's
soccer.
crap.
Where it's got to
You know
end on
what?
a
You
goal.
know the
It's
word-
awesome.
Do you know the words came out of your mouth about 10 minutes ago?
Oh, God.
It's entertainment.
Yeah, it's entertainment.
That's all it is. It's
Yeah.
entertainment. It's, you know what? It's
But he said all sports entertainment, so
it's-
he's right.
You know what, Brooks? Do you know what it is? It's a reality TV show. That's what you're watching.
I'm into that.
It is. You take your 7v7 league, you might as well just call it Housewives
WWE.
Housewives from Orange County.
WWE.
What?
No, WWE is sports entertainment.
Oh my God! Oh no! Come on! Wow, this has gotten absurd at this
Nate,
point.
Nate, you're right.
Brooks.
He does make you wait long enough. He will
Brooks.
make your argument for you.
Brooks, don't make me super kick your ass.
All right, I do just want to get this in there though. I think it's
I think it'd be great if they changed it to
it's
that.
it's the end of June. I want to say Pat McAfee
June
has
5th
put
to
a
the
team in.
10th.
It's $40,000 to put a team in. Pat
Yes.
McAfee has a team. The Concafa, I
Like
believe
The
it
Bachelor.
is. Kun Aguero has his own team in there. JJ
Nani.
Watt has Burnley in there. Nani's in
Wrexham's got a team. Dortmund's putting a team
there. Yeah,
in. It's
there's
awesome.
all these teams. It's great. Some of us who just love soccer as entertainment,
It's
it is a very
wonderful.
cool thing. Yeah,
7v7, you lose a man. It's interesting.
yeah.
I know.
You must not like indoor soccer then.
I know why you like 7v7, and I know why you like 7v7 because it's both within the scopes of your brain capacity to understand the game in a smaller format.
Yeah.
Oh, you know.
You know, that's really what it is, isn't it?
Yes.
You know,
11's too much.
Brooks can sit there and actually watch it on a small iPad and actually see the whole field in the heat map.
Oh, the heat map.
Well, you know.
Oh, the heat map.
It gets really red there because it's such a small space. I mean, it's the colors for me.
The whole thing is red.
It's the colors for me.
He can follow it along.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I bet he could statistically analysis the bitch at that thing.
Oh, that'd be great.
Well, you know.
But that is how the game ends, by the way. So if
On
a
a goal,
game ends, if a game ends 2-0, it doesn't really end. It ends on a goal. So
Oh wait, hold
team-
on. So if you win, you don't win.
right, you need to win 3-0.
Yes.
You need to score a goal, or the team that's losing by 2
Has to win 3-2.
has to win 3-2.
Hold on a second.
It is awesome.
Hold on a second. So if you're winning 2-0,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
If you're winning 2-0, the game ends.
Yep.
And the game has to end.
No,
on
no,
a
you
goal.
have to
You've got to score.
You got to
You've
get
gotta score-
3-0.
You've got to score to make it.
You got to win
2-0.
3-0. Then
You
the
win the
team
game
that's down has
officially.
to win 3-2.
You see what happens when you take away aggregate goals? You see the type of bullshit that you open your door to? This is the world we're coming back
I
to.
love it. It would be
Games
so long for
must
11v11,
end.
but it's
You
great.
see what they've done?
You couldn't do it in
Is it-
11v11.
is this-
No,
is this-
no.
Is this league run by the Democratic Party?
Yeah.
Democratic Party is soccer.
Oh.
It's ass backwards.
It is a bit. It is.
Hey,
a
we
bit
won.
I think
Not
it's-
so fast.
I think it's over your
You
head.
did it.
Huh?
I think this is way over your head.
It's just ridiculous.
It is. It's
This is America, Danny. You are an American citizen now. Deal with the shenanigans.
all right.
Talk
So
about a circus.
we are going to jump in. We did have a big conversation yesterday about Wrexham. I do think that, by the way, I know Danny doesn't care, but it does deserve an applause. Wrexham 2 years in a row, and I don't care what team you are, what leagues you're playing in. 2 years in a row, getting 2 years in a row, getting promoted. Very well done for them, right?
They've got money in the
have
lower
money.
leagues.
They have money.
If you've got money in the lower leagues, you can move up the table.
They ain't
will
going to be
not
moving up
get
too
out
much
of the
more out of this.
They will not get out of League One. They will not get out of the Championship.
Agreed.
Done deal. Let's
Agreed.
not talk about it anymore.
Did you see the Winklevoss twins with Bitcoin bought a club?
I did see that.
Yeah.
I did
They're
see
they're
that.
not in any of the pro leagues, but watch that be the next story.
What was the name of the team they bought?
Brentford? I
I
think it's Brentford.
something like that. Yeah.
Brentford.
No, it's not Brentford.
They
It's
bought like
it's lower than National League, I think,
yeah,
isn't it?
They bought something
Like-
lower than where.
It's like the Dog and Duck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was pretty
and it's the first team ever to be run or bought by Bitcoin or whatever.
So
yeah.
they bought the entire thing using Bitcoin. I think
Yeah.
they're going to pay the players using Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Anyway, but we all know this is a hot trend, right? It's coming into the game and all this, but it is
it's
a big
the
deal.
story.
It is, and I think we had in our group, and Nate was a big proponent of. He loves Welcome to Wrexham. He's watched all 2 seasons. He thinks
good
there's a third
doc.
coming.
It is.
I don't really care for it. I liked the first season. I liked it, but not enough to watch the second season because I don't really give a shit about the fans.
Yeah, that's the part I hate is when they cut away from the actual
Right.
behind the scenes
Right.
club running and the games in hand. And
I like
they-
the women's team when they went over that. That was
I
a good
didn't
one.
like
Nice.
what they were doing with the fan stuff, and I could care less. That was
This is
boring.
Susan Smith. She's been a Wrexham fan for 15 years, and here's a picture of her in the stands when they were losing 5-0 to Club.
All right,
And you're
we've-
like,
we've
who
already-
cares?
We've already spent 15 seconds too long on this.
Yeah, but with all that being said, I like the fact that it's helped promote the sport here.
Yes.
It's helped promote the sport. We now have people here who are watching Welcome to Wrexham because of Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
And getting into it, and it's promoting, and it's bringing a lot of notoriety to the lower leagues in England.
Will you watch the third season?
No, I didn't watch the second season. I do
Will
like.
you watch the third season?
I'm a
Nate?
big fan of the team. Don't get me wrong, because of the story. But
there's
besides that,
there's a documentary about Wrexham.
Yeah, it's on Hulu. It's called Welcome to Wrexham.
now he's playing dumb.
Yeah.
There's no way he doesn't know that.
And
Brooks still doesn't get my disingenuous English sarcasm, does he?
I
No.
disagree with
He
you,
falls for the trap every single time.
Danny. I disagree with you.
You don't get my American humor, so there you go.
Mate, I do understand it.
I do think they're going to get out of League One because I think they have the money to do so.
Not in the first year though.
I don't know in the first. I think within a year or two, I think they will.
Couple
I
of
think
years.
they have the money. I think they definitely have the money to do so.
Yep.
I think they're making a lot more more
Well,
money that they lead on to.
We will see. Time will tell. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Thank you to our partners. Thank you to Soccer World. Thank you to Next Level Training. Thank you to Thomas McGee's. Thank you to the Michigan Jags and the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the love and support. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Do us a huge favor. Give this video a like or a share. And if you're on the podcast, give it 5 stars. It means a ton. We really appreciate it. For me, Craig Hearn, and the boys in the studio, we'd like to say thank you and adios.
Cheers.
Roast.
Cheers.